bro. Chat, hold up. It's sad, dude. I mean, Chop got banned too, but fuck, dude. No, honestly. Oh, Cash App. Bro, that shit does work.
Off is in chat waiting for your call. Sent $2. Mike Strokeoff is in chat waiting for your call.
Nah, nah. I mean, me and Chop got banned the same amount of time, bro. For a whole ass month, we both got banned. Hi, my friend. We both got banned, dude. No way, dude. Ah, bro, I'm getting canceled, dude. Ah, just again, looks like they're after me too. They're after me now, dude. Ah, I'm gonna be paranoid again. Yeah, dude. Bro, okay, like I don't mind getting banned, like taking away my verification, dude. My check mark. Like, I don't think I'll ever get it back now. It works. Yeah, I mean, be good, but back on YouTube and shit. You know what I mean? Cheeto, time to go back to the field, dude. Back to construction. Damn. Damn. Back to construction. Dude. And I knew, oh my god. What happened to Kick? We got banned, dude. We got banned on Kick. We got banned on Kick. Like, this shit is all bad. But yo, that's crazy. I'm back. Donuts work? I think it's working, bro. It's working. It has to be working. Bro, peluchin in here and shit. You want us to run down? Bro, there's nothing we could do, chat. They took my beans. But Pio, get your check mark back. Yeah, I'm gonna ask if I'll get my check mark back. Yo, I think she's here. Chat. I hate Kick because it's hard to tell who is who. Yeah. Welcome back onto. It is what it is. Hey. At least I'm on a Tinder date, man. Like, I'm gonna cry on her shoulder. I'm gonna cry on this girl's shoulder. I'm gonna cry on this girl's shoulder. I never met her, so let's see how it goes. She's cute, bro. She's Salvadoran like me. Yo, YouTube is all I have now. Let's get it. Let's go. We keep moving. Yeah. The thing is, bro, it's hard. I think it's hard. It's kind of hard to grow on YouTube, bro. Kick was the move, dude. Kick was the move. Do you know Spanish? Is a Tinder date 400? Nah, she's not. I'll say bro, come on, man. Big or not, we respect women here. Wait, you aren't Mexican? Yo, she's here, chat. She's here. Chat, she's here. Oh, I think I see her. Dude. Chat. Dude, I'm kind of nervous, to be honest. Oh, chat. She's here. She's here. Incoming, incoming. I'm kind of nervous to be honest, but let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Fuck, why am I so nervous, dude? Like this is actually like a really good looking girl. This is actually like a really good looking girl. Oh, dude, I'm kind of shy. Bro, she drove here, so I got my Charlie Brown shirt. You know what I mean? My dressing shirt. Hola,
Hola,
¿cómo estás?
¿bien tú?
Bien, bien. Oh shit, hace mucho frío afuera.
¿Te vienes caminando?
Sí, está aquí cerca. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás?
Bien.
Sí, estoy grabando ahorita, shit. Estoy, ¿sabes YouTube?
Sí, pero yo no sé grabar ahí. ¿No?
Sí, shit. No, estamos en YouTube y aquí. No, solo estoy en mi cara.
Ah, ok.
Sí, aquí estamos. Huele muy rico.
Gracias.
Sí, 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 sí. Sí, pero sí, ¿quieres ir a un parque o algo así?
Como quieras.
Sí, caminamos.
No caminamos.
No, vamos a un parque y caminamos
Oh.
en la parque.
Yo vamos a ir caminando de aquí.
Ah, ¿Sabes cuál parque? El, ¿Tienes un GPS?
Más que estoy media loca para manejar.
Oh, sí. Sí. Okay, okay. ¿Sabes? ¿Tienes GPS?
Sí.
Sí, eres,
Salvadoreña.
sí, eres un pupusa. ¿Sí?
Sí.
¿Te gustan las pupusas?
Sí, hago pupusas.
¿Oh, sí? Sí. No, soy salvadoreño y peruano. Soy salvadoreño y peruano. Sí, aquí
¿Cuántos están
son
conectados?
así
¿Cuánto?
1300 gentes aquí. Sí. No es mucho, pero
¿Cuánto tiempo te fue?
sí, es 9. Sí. Soy salvadoreño. Pero mi español no es
Bueno.
no es bueno.
Sí, bueno.
Nah, no es bueno. Sí. Pero ¿naciste aquí o oh shit? Oh fuck. Es que naciste aquí o en El Salvador.
En El Salvador.
¿O sí? Damn, that's crazy. ¿Te gusta allá?
Sí.
¿Te
claro.
gusta la presidenta?
Sí.
Sí, sí. Sí.
Lo amo yo.
¿Ah, sí? Sí.
Estoy enamorada
En la
también
WhatsApp.
de El Salvador.
¿Oh, sí? Sí. Yo nunca fui allá.
¿Por qué?
Me da miedo. Me da
¿Qué
miedo.
te da miedo? Si no pasa nada. Nomás no vas a llegar a tu casa.
No, shit, my Spanish is so bad.
Que no es malo.
Sí, mi Spanish es duro. You know what I mean? Pero, fun fact, the president is a tiny hat. Cheeto Puff is bad. ¿Qué hiciste hoy?
Trabajé, no, hoy no trabajé. Estuve en la casa, lavé el carro, fui al gimnasio,
¿Así?
cociné.
¿A cuál gimnasios vas?
Y
¿Así? Tell her your best hello. He's saying she's beautiful.
para boxear.
¿No sé?
Cuando me toque defenderme de un hombre.
¿Eres un boxeador?
Sí,
¿Sí?
todavía no, pero sí me gusta mucho eso. Me llama la atención mucho.
Sí, yo soy un boxeador. Sí. Soy como, yo soy como pelear.
Oh, pelear.
Pelear, sí. Te puedo proteger.
Ajá, proteger.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, enter the life of young Cheeto. This esteemed young man live streaming his first date with a supposedly smoking hot Salvadorian girl off of Tinder. This is amazing.
Me gusta, ellos les gustan las salvadoreñas. Es la más guapas mujeres en el mundo and shit.
¿Y qué música te gusta a ti?
Me gusta, you know what I mean? Me gusta Ivan Cornejo.
Oh,
Ivan Cornejo, Danny Lux. Danny Lux. Jugaste y sufrí.
oh,
¿Sabes esa canción? Danny Lux. Jugaste y sufrí. Translation, por favor. Es porque ellos no son, you know, no son mexicanos nada.
oh,
Son de aquí.
oh, ¿no hablan español?
Nah, ellos no.
Oh, entonces
Es
no
güeros.
me entiende.
Sí, no defiende. Son blancos güeros con ojos azules.
Pretty sure he just called us white.
Chat. You know what I mean? I like this song. Son mayetes.
Se puso en verde, estaba en verde. No estaba en verde, ¿no?
Nah.
No me la iba a pasar.
¿Por qué manejas así?
Oh, they getting hella racial on this stream. I didn't know it was gonna be all racial like that.
Nada.
You shy? You shy? You shy? Chat, how do you say chat, how do you say shy in Spanish? I don't even know, chat. Fuck, I'm dumb. How do you say shy in Spanish? I don't know. She's shy. Celosa? No, I don't think celosa. Oh damn, chat.
Es cierto.
Voy a morir.
Lo voy a poner en Explorer.
Oh, no, tengo miedo. Shit. Oh shit. Go fly, man.
No, mejor no.
No, me da miedo, shit.
¿Te da miedo?
Sí. Sí. Quiero morir. Oh, está tímida.
Tímida.
Sí.
No.
Peñosa.
¿Penosa?
Penosa.
No.
¿No?
¿Tú?
Porque tiene una cara linda. Bro, she she'll fit. Maybe when she get comfortable, chat. When she gets comfortable and shit. She's not nervous.
¿Qué? ¿Nervios?
Sí.
¿Por qué?
Ella está diciendo que tú eres nervous porque no quiere poner frente de la cámara. ¿Por
Me
qué
da
no?
pena.
¿Por qué?
Me da vergüenza.
Ah, ¿por qué? Si te mira linda. He's so good.
Alright.
She's white. Eres muy blanca, huh?
Look at this fucking guy. Young Cheeto. Evidently, this girl doesn't even know English to any like significant extent. And his first Tinder date with this girl was trying to get her to come on camera. Absurd. Alright. quiet. Trying. Going. Going. There we go. There we go. Come on now. Jesus fucking Christ. That's not... It's really gonna make me do this right now? He's fucking retarded. I'm sorry, I apologize. I didn't mean to use the word that. I just... You know, the thing is, when you have a thing, and you're ready to do the fucking thing, right? Like, this is all you're gonna do right now. It's just this one thing. And then, you know, talk about another thing, completely unrelated. It has nothing to do with anything. Nothing has anything to do with anything. Just to be clear. I mean, the things are not related in the universe. Everything is completely random. People are strange when you're a stranger. It's not there either. Not there either. See, now we have a real problem. Now I actually have to... I mean, I could have done prep work earlier. I could have done that. I'm just saying it's not typically my style. Oh, damn. There we go. Is it that one? Yes, it's that one. Okay. Hello, it's Trusty Ape Podcast. At Trusty Ape Co. Hashtag Trusty Ape Co. What's the other thing I'm supposed to say? I forgot. You know, whatever. I don't really shill anymore. I don't see the point. I mean, if you're here, you're here. If you're not, you know, it's like whatever. But, you know, at some point, if this reaches your ears, thanks for listening. What else are you going to do with that one? And so I have this thing here. And there seems to be some relevant thing that was being said that I wanted to play. So I'm going to do that and then talk about it. And then I have this other thing to say. Don't worry about the title of the video. It's not important. It's not gonna have. I'm not gonna talk about that at all. Don't worry about it. I don't have to prove anything to you or anybody else. Everyone's fine. We're all fine here. I drew a diagram. It's like a diagram. Earlier. What the fuck was that? Oh, that was me entering my other stream. Whoa. Okay. There you are. All right. Let's see if we can get this village on the road show. There is precipitation here in the state of California. They tell us, well, they tell us it's going to be snowing. They told us once. I believe it might happen again.
job they offer used to kick you out the door. Career opportunity, the one and never know. Oi, 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 opportunity, the one and never know. Every job they offer used to kick you out the door. Career opportunity, the one and never know.
Oh, well, that was unfortunate. I just got a little sicky poo, like, just now. Whoa, buddy. Hello, Trusty Ape. Podcast. This is perfect music for this. I don't, because that was the inspiration. I was like, what am I gonna, well, I have a thing tomorrow. What am I gonna talk about? I'm gonna talk about my thing tomorrow. We'll talk about stuff and things. I'm supposed to go try out for a state job tomorrow. Not gonna be a cop per se, but I'll be a dick in uniform like I already am. No, I try to be mostly a nice guy in uniform, but occasionally it goes a little sideways. We all have our good days and our bad days. But I'm gonna try to be the guy who be a corrections officer. I have to pass basically like a logic exam, physical exam, which would probably be the most difficult part for me. I'm not sure, and then a psychological test. So, make sure I'm not a freaking.
So I
crazy
passed
person.
the written and the psych. I passed those. Well, I mean, I don't know about the psych. I mean the written and the physical rather. Physical. Yeah. The psych portion I'm not entirely confident about, so we'll see.
To try to. Anyway, maybe I am. We'll find out. We'll find out on the next episode. Announcements. Yeah. So tomorrow, I just got to cancel tomorrow. I got too much shit going on tomorrow between the test, the driving, and I've got other shit to do. So tomorrow is canceled. And we'll come back to the regular schedule next week. So today's the open room here, or we'll just hang out. Sandy, am I really wanting that job? Well, I want the pay. I want to be. I wanted to be a career musician, but it just never worked out for me, So here I am. I had to find a real career at, almost 35. So, being a security guard the rest of my life, yeah.
So this video has aged beautifully, just beautifully. And that's one of the reasons once I saw it pop and see what I was talking about here, I was like, oh yeah, this is amazing. Because you can't spend an entire year talking in circles, or can you? And look, it's not like I've made zero progress. I've made, I don't know, some measurable. There's some is quantifiable. Do I have anything to show for this beautiful introspection here? Well, I'm no. I mean, I applied for some jobs. I mean, technically, I work for the same employer. I've done a number of positions. No, I haven't. Well, okay. I did pass that test, though. I went in there and I passed that test. So that's one thing. I didn't follow through. See, I had followed through. Me. Just me. And I was talking to somebody about this earlier. I was like, okay, I want to see, like, is this leading somewhere? There's something at the other end of this. that makes this worthwhile? And I was on my stream with Kat the other night. She said the same thing. Some kind of like, hello, here's me in life. You can't see I'm doodling on my notebook here, but okay, start. Here's the starting point. Call it point zebra, right? Point zebra. And so from point zebra, I can't write very well right now. We arrive at the destination. Here's Neverland. Yeah, we're going to Neverland, right? Not Neverland Ranch. That would be creepy. Okay, so we go from Zebra to Neverland, and I don't know, there's just like this vast span of time where nothing actually happens. And hallucinating. No. And then they're like, okay, now you get to go to Bob's. You get to go on Bob's, wild bobcat ride, or you get to go, Burn in Hell Return. That's the other one. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some reasonable alternatives to Zebraland and Neverland, And so you did that, right? You're like, where am I going to go after this? And so just, concerned about this like infinitely long period of time in the middle where there's nothing actually happening. Which is pretty much where I'm at now. Is this what they call purgatory? This is like purgatory, right?
Yeah. But with my experience now doing that for over 6 years, it pretty much makes me well qualified. I mean, is it good? I'm looking at it from the perspective, like, I got locked up twice last year for being drunk. You know what I mean? And, well, the first time, not so much. The second time, for sure, the cop was a total dick. I just had a terrible experience with the cops. And then I got into jail, and those CEOs were actually, like, really cool to me. And we didn't have any problems. They gave me good information. They gave me, you know what I mean? They were pretty nice considering the circumstances. So I want to be one of those guys. You know what I mean? Maybe actually help some people, and people who are incarcerated long term and stuff. You know what I mean? There's got to be somebody there dealing with them.
It sounds good. I mean, like it sounds really nice and put it on paper. You're like, oh yeah, maybe I'm qualified. Maybe. I know people. I don't know people now, but I know people who have worked within the prison system. Like I know people who have worked in California state prisons for years, and I know people who work in corrections outside of California, or whatever, right? So, and in general, like I've had people approach me and tell me I should do it, right? So, and even when I discussed it with my therapist, like recently, they're like, yeah, and you could work in the prisons, not even necessarily as, you work in a position that's more along the lines of being like a social worker or an alcohol drug counselor, right? Like, and just still have a similar training background, but you're performing a completely different function there, right? For like those, so he puts a positive spin on that, right? But like when it came down to it, like, I was like, okay, what am I? When I got into the job I'm in now, I was talking about, maybe trying to become a cop and, whatever, like all these things seem like tactics for me to try to keep myself in line, right? And then like, if I keep my, so I have to be fully functioning to like put other people in check, right? So it's like, yeah, a test of my uh, ability to deal with that kind of scenario, right? So it's not really like such a selfless act, right? But they say like no, like altruistic acts aren't really altruistic. Like you can't, I don't, you know what I mean? Like even when you do an act of selflessness, like you're still getting some gratification out of that act.
It can either be some jaded asshole, or I try and go in with a different perspective. That's all I can say. I don't know. Yeah, I respect the ones who are less of a dick in uniform. Exactly, Sandy. I mean, like somebody's got to do the fucking job. Somebody's got to try to do it right, and might as well be me. I don't know. That's pretty much like. Well, I was gonna try to go be a cop a few years ago before I got into security, and I was like, actually, one of my very best friends stopped talking to me after that. And I told him that. He said, "You're gonna be a pig," and he blocked my number. And I think we've spoken one time since then because he was forced to interact with me in person. And yeah, but it was just really weird. It was like, just to say like, hey, I never even became a freaking cop. I was just talking about it. I was thinking about it. So that's a risk factor. I'm still friends with people who like fucking drugs and drinking. And it's like I just have to. For me, it's a discipline. I can't allow myself to do that anymore. You know what I mean? But I've always been against the idea that I just have to cut all those people out of my life. Like, no, this is me. This is on me. This is my willpower. This is my decision. I don't need to go forcing my shit on anybody else. I don't need to, I don't know, maybe meetings would be beneficial. Something I might try out, but it's like, I don't need a freaking program to exercise my will. I'm gonna make it my decision for me, about me, right? Like, that's the only way in my mind that it works, so you don't end up like relinquishing all your power to some freaking fake god or some group, that if the group falls apart, then your sobriety falls apart or some shit like that. I don't know. So the more I go through this, the more it's a personal endeavor to just be better. Like, and I got to do it for myself. Can't do it for my kids or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be for me. FTP kind of.
Like I said, this video
What is
has
FTP, Jason?
aged
I'm not sure
well.
what that means.
Is that what I said? I think I may have said something contrary to that, but like looking at it, why won't
Yeah. Okay.
pause button?
Now that's something
There.
that you were.
Precipitating out here. So yeah, obviously I went through this whole fucking thing. So this video is older, right? Like, so this is from like a year ago. So this predates, obviously all of the recent shit I've been through and everything I was saying about not going to 12-step meetings. I was already doing SMART. So yeah, like I was already doing SMART. I'd already had the whole thing happen on YouTube and at work and blah blah. Like all this shit already happened, right? Like, but I think I had already. Or this is around the time I think I started contacting my doctor's office about it, and so this is like all culminating in the same experience. But I am not going to fucking 12-step meetings. I'm going to do this whole because and they talk about this, and it was like, okay, my friend said, what we're talking about is like, this is predictable, right? Like right here, boom, boom, this whole system where now we've got, group consists of these three people, and then there's me, I'm the nucleus, because I'm very special. I'm holding this group together, right? And And then like one of these three people just like goes over here, right? And then it's like, okay, here's me and here's person two. But like it's literally just the two of us, right? We can make it if we try. And then so like either one of us falls off and then there's just one left, right? And it's not your fault, right? Like I can't blame you for whatever I did, man. Like it doesn't really like so this whole like, codependency issue, like around the whole thing, right? And it's not like uncommon, you know. A lot of people have that. A lot of people have that. It's really starting to precipitate. Tell you what. Oh no, precipitation. No, still a little bit of it. And you know, so basically, what you have is something like this. You know, I mean, this is what it looks like right here. And you know, once you have that, I mean, you can't go back.
You worry about in the police force. You worry about because the officers have to take shit from both directions. Yeah, you're gonna take shit from your fellow officers. If you're too much of a softie, you're gonna take shit from your superiors and the inmates if you're a hard ass. And then some of the inmates, right? Because let's be real, some of these guys are freaking monsters. They're gonna take advantage of you if you don't recognize that and you go soft on them, right? So you got to display some yeah. And I see that in security too. Like, you know, you have less authority, you have less actual power, and people know that, and so they will try to get you to do something stupid. They will come out and actively try to you know, they'll talk shit to you. They'll go as far as they push it, see if they can get you to call the cops. And then once you have the cops on the phone, I had this happen the other day. Once you have the cops on the phone, all of a sudden their tone changes. Like, oh no, I wasn't making any trouble. Yeah, dude, you just told me to suck your dick, you know, like, and all this fucking crazy shit. Like, now you're like, oh, I'm sorry, officer. It's like, no. You play it both ways. Sometimes I wish I did have the fucking cuffs. You know what I mean? It's like just to hook him up, just to fuck. You know what I mean? Just because you're such a fucking prick. But no, that's abusing authority. Okay, I get it. That's why I need to, you know, like I said, go to that next
That
one
is
where it's like I'm
using authority, and we don't do that. And I still don't have, you know, handcuffs or weapons, which is fine. It's fine. I don't, you know, you don't technically need any type of physical restraint to exercise an arrest. You just have to be able to physically restrain the person by reasonable means, right? Which could be, you know, incapacitation. You could knock somebody out. I mean, it's not the most advisable. It's not, but you could. I'm just saying that you could, right? It's one way of getting things done. All right, but I don't know if I have much of a point there, other than the fact that, you know, I understand, you know, it's like, man, you know, I'm out here now, man. There's like trucks. You see me? I'm sitting here. There's like what, an 8.5 hour stream the other night. I'm not even gonna get into the specifics of it. Shouldn't even be talking. I drew this thing earlier, and it was making me think a lot. But the main thing I want to say is this.
Experienced all this for years. Like now, you know, I know that it's not me sitting behind the desk. I tried to do that. I got bored. I freaking, you know, started doing this desk job because it's just fucking boring. It's boring. I had to create my own entertainment, and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't working out. So, so I need something that's like engaged. Cuffs, authority. Yeah, you'd be surprised how what's the word I'm looking for? People change their attitude a lot when they got their heads strapped behind their back. I'm not saying that I want to do it. I mean, I'm saying that I do want to do it sometimes, just to teach a person a lesson, not because I want him to go to jail. But just because, like I said, it's that fine line where I'm supposed to be, you know, kind of enforcing the rules, and then somebody wants to just talk trash to me for no reason because they don't like people with badges.
Also, I am totally into BDSM and bondage submission kink. That's one of my things. So
right? Just arbitrarily. It's like, okay, well, if I wasn't in a badge, I'd punch you in the fucking face right now. But since I am in a badge, I'm supposed to follow the proper procedure. You know what I mean? Like, it's that type of, yeah. That's the authority I'm talking about. The authority is exercised by everybody. Where it's like, no, if you talk a sufficient amount of shit to somebody who's not, very, very stoic, they're probably going to commit violence against you at some point. Or, at the very least, you're going to get into a shouting match, which rarely.
holy shit. Hello. Hi, Alfie. Hello. So I just got a text. It's not related to this at all. I guess technically I am on the job, so don't tell anybody. Don't repeat that to anybody, by the way. Just, what are you listening to? I don't know what I'm listening to either. The problem is I don't know what I'm doing with my life. So, what we are listening to, okay, I described this earlier. Let me try again. You hit the rewind button, reset the brain. So this is me like a year ago. And I'm basically like talking about how I'm not going to go to rehab. I'm not going to go to a 12-step program. I'm not going to talk about this shit on YouTube. And then I'm, like, this is like the day before I passed my test or whatever. So I actually passed the test, and I'm like, I'm all nervous about taking the test, and then I pass the fucking test, and then I just completely fall apart on the other end of it. So we're talking about that and how I'm still stuck in the same shitty dead end job. It's not a shitty. Okay, let me walk that back. Boop 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 boop. I mean, it's okay. It's not a bad job, right? Just I've been doing this fucking shit for a long time. There's, I could like probably do better other things. I could do other stuff. Like this is, a job for somebody like, 10, 15 years younger than me who's, entry level, and I am not. I arrested development or something like that. Okay, so he did all that, but there's some important point in here about oh, right, yes. I mean, yeah, there's the downtime. I mean, there are good there are opportunities, there are benefits in the security industry. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying there aren't. What I'm trying to say is that trying to figure out what aspect of my life needs, what do I need to change, right? Like for fulfillment or whatever it is. Like this whole thing, that, it's like, oh, having balance, between like your career and your home and all of this stuff. And I haven't been able to achieve that yet. I haven't really focused, like on the balance aspect of it. That's what I'm looking at now. Like if I spend X amount of time here and X amount of time there, and I don't get burned out on one thing, does this actually work for me? I don't know. Like it's always been like 150% at one thing, and then just let everything else fall apart, or something like that. I don't know. So what is it that I need, right? Because now I'm talking about like this whole like, Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous or something like that. Like I need to go and talk to people about my limerence, and I mean maybe I do. I mean I was talking to a therapist for a while. I'm trying to get it. It's therapy is expensive, and the problem is that therapists are just assholes like you and me. We all have like opinions and stuff. I mean I don't know. You just talk to anybody. So I'd rather just see, I'm going to be crude here. I don't want to get crude. I don't want to be crude with the stream. See, I think that would be counterproductive and counterintuitive to get really crude with the language. I should try to keep it, within like parental guided. You got the same thing? Okay. Well, I know. Yeah. And here I am. I have this like written oral history. I read through my notes, and then I can like listen to myself talking to myself from the past and try to figure out what I was talking about. Because sometimes I have no idea. Sometimes I forget half the shit I say because I say a lot of things online and elsewhere, right? Like I don't know, because I'm skeptical about these Zoom meetings too, because I've done a lot of online Zoom meetings. I'm like, if they put it together, they could take like anyway. I don't want to talk about like the hypotheticals of that. There's evil people in the world, we know what they do. They do evil things. They cast spells. They're it's like witchcraft and shit like that. But anyway, I drew this thing earlier, and I replaced. So I have this. I don't know if you can see that very well. So it's liberty, unity, justice, and truth. Liberty, unity. Oh no, that's the wrong button. I replaced the self with liberty. I don't know. I thought that was better. And then so I was trying to think of this. Anyway, it was just a sidebar because I was talking about free will earlier, and I haven't talked about free will in a while. Here's a truck. Hey, but all right. You open the gate, you fucking close the gate. It's a job. But I mean, like I was putting together like some presentations and stuff, and my friend was like, "Hey, and he makes a lot. People who make more money than me tell me I could make more money than I do. So that's where I'm like, okay, I could probably like spend less time at work and make more money, and life could be pleasure. I mean, like I said, my job has its upsides, but then maybe I'm not living up to my potential, properly using my freedom of will. I don't know. Just be content where I'm at. Never content where I'm at. What does it all mean? I don't know. At some point in this, how far have we gotten? I sped it up a little bit. Okay, so we're still like less than 15 minutes. So at some point in this, well, it's an open room. So obviously, start talking to people and stuff. I don't think this is the one where I flip out. I think this is, well, there were two streams where I kind of flipped out. The one with, yeah, there were a couple streams where I flipped out, and I pulled at least one of them down. But this might be one of the ones either like directly after or leading up to the freak out. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens.
Rarely resolves anything, right? So the appropriate tactic is de-escalation. If you can't reason with somebody, you try to de-escalate the situation and get yourself out of it. And get others out of the way, you don't want people in harm's way. As a corrections officer, I don't think you do get a gun. Well, yeah, you have to, unless you're like, what's the guy in the tower, right, at a prison or something. Those guys I think they get real guns, like lethal, but the rest of them are all less than lethal guns. But you still have to be able to possess and carry a firearm as a requirement, and they do.
Part one is incorrect. So they're all less than lethal in the state prisons in California. But part two is correct. You still have to have the full permit. It doesn't matter if it's less than lethal or not. It's the same firearms registration. So it doesn't matter. Right. Okay.
But the rest of it's all like rubber bullets. which is like I'm cool with that because I don't really want to kill anybody. You know, in general, I'm not really about killing. I only assert authority would call it.
Okay, so I feel like this is the part where I should just like
Thank you,
you're like
man.
okay,
No, sir.
what
I have
the
my mind focused on other things.
thing?
FTP. Now I have to look at it.
Hold on.
Maynard saves. Good to see you.
Later, saves.
Maynard. Oh wait.
Oh, sorry about that. I had an issue with something. I don't know what it was. Like find things that make I know what makes me happy. Just nobody wants to pay me to you know, they don't want to pay me to do the things that make me happy. I mean, maybe somebody would. I just haven't found that person yet. I need to find something reasonable. Something logical, man. Because I could be living on a pot farm on Mars right now. You know, I've got some ideas. You know, believe you me. But but that's not where we're at on this particular plane of existence. I happen to be stuck. You know, I mean, I'm in a pretty nice spot, but I'm kind of stuck in a tough shed just north of the Golden Gate Bridge, just kind of watching traffic go by. This is my station. So we are not on a pot farm on Mars, but playing cool rock and roll, because that would be great. I love it. I'm totally down with that. You, me, William, we can all move in there. We'll have a debate club. I don't know, but what makes me happy right now is shit. No, I'm trying to find it. I'm looking. I mean, I've been searching hard, far and wide. But yet, here I am. It's not like, like I said, you gotta be realistic about things, right? Where did I expect to end up? I mean, I didn't even hold down a full-time job till I was in my fucking 30s. You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do with that? Like, honestly, I dropped out of high school. I got a GED. Now I am where I am. It's like, okay, so back to where we're at now. Okay, okay, let's try and fix this dinky little boat with the holes in it or whatever that is my life. So okay, but no, I do appreciate the sentiment. It's good. I like it.
Why did I search it? FTP? Fuck the population. Is this what we're talking about? Fuckthepopulation.com? What? Oh god, no, there's just too many things. File transfer protocol. Fuck the population. Okay, so it's generally those two things. Which one are we talking about here? Because this is... They have a .com? Fuckthepopulation.com. Okay, I'm just going to look at this because I don't know what... Thrasher? Like Thrasher magazine? Alright, we're sharing. I don't know, I might get freaking banned from YouTube for this, but... Fuck the population. Okay.
I was. When we were taking out on the street, taking back on the street, and someone will pass by shooting at us or something. To me, that was exciting because people were going to movies to pay $7 to see something like that.
And I was living
You made this bitch too? Yeah. What got into you? What? Yeah.
Money and power, I stay with the walker. Shot I go to block for a park to an office. Fixing my water, that girl, aquapana. Walk. Bitch, I'm 41 pressure, I got a condone it. Come on, cross they hated on Jesus. Waving it still like a one-hit Potter. Stashing the wood, that's my favorite compartment. Diamonds on pieces, you white and bump. Whoa. I'm in a spaceship walking with Anakin. Too many bitches, like how do I manage it? Police behind me, I'm pressing, no panic. I throw it in my pictures for east side. I put a hate, it was so to be high. I cut his drink and I had it on 3 lines. This job, bitch, I'm a pit with your feline. Niggas be searching the shit and he got one. Jump fast stuff with 30, I'm top one. Mission impossible, cruising the yacht. You know what I'm telling you, I'm cruising the block. Come on. Yeah, 007, we cruising the block.
Well, the tragic part about that is, I have found things, but it usually tends to hurt worse in the long run. What is that? Better to have loved than lost, or some bullshit like that. That's fucking bullshit. I mean, really. But what they teach you is, addiction medicine is like, you're always looking for the high. You're always trying to seek pleasure and avoid pain. And it's like in Stoicism too. So it's like, oh, just try to be neutral. You're like, sometimes I feel good, and sometimes I feel bad. Oh yes, that's very unique insight, sir. I'm amazed that you came to this. Like what? So we dig a little bit deeper than that, right? And we're like, okay, so like, how can I, try to get the best long-term outcome out of this thing or whatnot and stuff. Oh, Jesus, you didn't turn into a robot, did you? No, I'm joking. Google Chat. I probably am. I'm on WhatsApp and Google Chat. I am. For some reason, it has nothing to do with robots on the internet. But somewhere on there, I think I have a profile. I just know that first I was. Anyway, it's not important how I ended up there. I am on that space. Now I'm tripping. I'm tripping on the Google Chat comments. No. Wait, what? What are we talking about here? The most important thing is because I totally lost focus right now. To me, the most important thing is like this sense that what I'm doing progresses toward an outcome, right? Like I hate redundancy. I hate feeling like I'm just doing the same thing every day, and at the end of each day, nothing, like it's like if you were building a pyramid, right? I don't know, I'm going to try to make some kind of analogy of it. So like you're like stacking blocks up, even if you're just doing like one block at a time, like every day, but you can see the progression of these blocks stacking up. But in my life, it seems like I'm like dropping blocks into this bottomless abyss, and I just keep like walking back and forth with the block and dropping it, but like you never actually fill the fucking hole, right? Like that's how it feels. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but that's what I was.
Are they skateboarding in front of jails? That's what they're doing, right? It looks like they're skateboarding in front of correctional institutions.
Quicker ways. I will email you quicker ways to get a hold of me. Yeah, I could do that. It's sensible. Fucking truck, my eyes playing tricks on me. I hate about this time of night. No, yeah, I've definitely got some contact information. Yeah.
No, we do it. Yeah, fuck the population, fuck the police, not escape. Yeah, it's fun. Okay, cool.
That was
Yeah.
fuck the population.
Sandy, good to see you. D-Man, good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Okay. As far as my contacts, no, I'll send you an email because I'm pretty like available most places. I don't want to. Let me see. Maybe I can do this right now. Elevator music. Okay, no, I don't have the app downloaded, so it would not. I don't think I would get notifications for that. To make sure that I'm getting notifications. That's my primary issue. I've got so many things going on that I just block a lot of notifications. So once I get that figured out, I'll be like, okay, this is the one. But I'm definitely on like multiple, services or whatever those things are called for communications devices and things like that. Trying to avoid, like being a part of the espionage, because I fully believe that international espionage takes place on the internet. I mean, I don't want to be like a conspiracy theorist about this or anything, but I'm saying, it seems logical that people would use, the interwebs to get information about other people and then use it maliciously. So, I mean, I've been pretty reckless in like giving out my own information. Like, I really don't give a fuck most of the time. But other times, I'm like, okay, this person is definitely trying to, open up a credit card in my name or something. I don't know. Like, it's pretty. Like, my credit is actually not terrible, but it's not great either. But I feel like it would be pretty hard to wreck my name. Like, you'd have to go at me pretty hard. Like, I don't even know if you could get anything lucrative out of using my identity. So I think it would be more like the joke's on you, because you'd probably start getting like all of my past owed whatever debts I owe would start coming to you, and it'd be hilarious.
Come back. That was nice music. Yeah, maybe fuck the police, fuck the population. I can't think of anything else, but yeah, it's not like. I mean, I just see. What is it? There was like a philosophical argument for this or something, like, where people are going to create, like, if it's not the cops, you're going to have like mobs of people trying to institute justice, and that just never really worked out very well for us. So, I mean, maybe there's like better ways to do the police thing. We gotta, get.
Oh yeah, guitar solos. So I do have. So I'm gonna try another method to record some guitar solos. Sorry about that. Yeah, no. I had to. Oh, I was like, okay. Sorry, I had a truck come in too at the same time. It's trucks all night. Trucks. So I have a program I'm going to try to use on the phone for the guitar solos. And I already have some ideas. So I think I will just, you seem very proficient at recording. I will throw together maybe like 4 lines, probably about 4 lines, like the main solo, and the one that you can like throw behind the vocal part or whatever. So it's like I know it, like intuitively, I know where the guitar is going, and then there's like, okay, in the I don't want to get this wrong. So I think in the Bob Dylan version, look it up. There's a fourth instrument. Which is written for the 1973 film Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. Did not know that. It was written for the movie. Yeah. So there's a harmonium. What the fuck is our harmonium? Is that an instrument? I guess it must be. Yeah. It's a harmonium. It's like, it's similar to an accordion, sort of. Small, portable, hand-pumped reed organ. Yes. So I knew there was another instrument at work there. I was like, there's something I can't think of what it is, but that's what it is, the harmonium. And so that's the thing where, I maybe try to emulate that or whatever, and stuff. So what's up, Mikey? Todd, good to see you. I could probably let people in the room. I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't do that. I mean, yeah, I mean, I could do that. And then you said, working on some keyboards for it as well. Healthy, leaning more towards the Guns N' Roses version. No, yeah, there's some middle ground there because I think Slash kind of emulates that other player that's at work there. But does his own thing. So I want to try to do my own thing as well. But I think there's 4 main parts. I would use. There's one that would go directly behind the vocal. I don't want to, it would go behind the vocal part, and then there's that kind of very very treble or whatever pitch. Go to the high end, and then so you want the one for the beginning, right? There's the medium for the beginning, right before the after the first verse into the second chorus, right? And then you do the long one towards the end, and then just kind of have those those little melodies you can throw in because it's I'm gonna take this bash from me. Dun, dun. So in each one of those, you could throw a little accent or harmony in or something. Making a potato sounds amazing. Yeah. Chinese buffet breaks. All right. Well, okay. I mean, since y'all are here, I guess, maybe I could invite people in the room. I don't know. It's like I've never done this before. Like a virgin. Woo! There is not a link in the side chat. I don't know what you're talking about. Bernie came to say hi. I don't have any food for him right now, though. Sucks.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Mikey, how's it going, buddy?
I'm doing awesome, Kevin. It's always great to see you, my friend. And brother.
Hey.
And, again, hello to this one guy at Halcyon Kaiju. Halcyonic. There we go. No, I wanted to come on because I love talking to you, my friend. And also, if you could do me a favor, because I don't like to break my, as like I mentioned before, I'm taking a Lenten observance, but I can, if asked, I can join other people's streams. I just can't do my own. And I wanted to let people know what future streams we got coming up after March 31st. You know, after Easter Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if that's cool.
For
Okay,
sure.
cool. Oh, cool.
Absolutely.
By the way, make sure that anyone that's listening today, please subscribe to the Trusty Apes channel. He is totally awesome. He's philosophical, he's compassionate, and very blessed man. And life experience, definitely. So make sure you like, support, subscribe, share it, and please hit that notification button for Trusty so that he can notify you of future events, future streams like this one, and the outside there, showing the lovely and beautiful Bay Area that he guards so well, or at least a part of it. Let's see. Okay, so as long as you can still hear me, Um, after March 31st, we'll have 3 different streams per week that will be running. We currently have 125 subscribers. So, like I say for my friend Mr. Ape, please like, subscribe, share, support, and hit the notify bell for the Mikey Sus 4 channel. And after March 31st, on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, which I believe is still 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, we'll be doing afternoon A-Team reviews with Mikey and Brother Jay Aldrich. I know you know him, Kevin. And then on Wednesdays, I'll be doing an individual webcam about the series that was the precursor to A-Team, and that was The Greatest American Hero with Mr. William Catt and Robert Culp, and of course the lovely Connie Selica. And that will be on 4 p.m. Eastern Time, again 1 o'clock Pacific Time on Wednesdays. Then on Fridays, we'll be doing our topic times again with Jay and Mikey. That's what we're going to call it, Topic Times with Jay and Mikey. And that will be on various times on Fridays. It may depend on nighttime. It might be afternoon. It might be early in the morning. So that's why it's important that you guys hit your notification bell so you know exactly when we're going to run it. And yes, it is open chat. It is open panel. Well, we'll try to get as many as we can. We can only fit about 6 people. But if we can get some really, if anyone does want to join us, it's perfectly fine.
Do you stream on the Cosme site as well? Like Gorilla's Random Thoughts? Do you have that going as well?
No, we don't do Cosme because I work with Restream, the Restream.io channel. Yeah, they don't allow me to hook up with Cosme, and yeah, I think you have to pay something for that. I'm not sure, Kevin, but I think you do. But
Yeah, no, if you can, I mean, I'm just saying it's really cool when I interface with Gorilla's chats because I'm able to open Cosme in my browser and then also have YouTube open so I can hear both the commentary while I'm watching the show, and it's really fun. So
oh yeah, no, I once in a while I can do that too. I can open Gorilla's Cosme like I just did for Justified, his Justified stream he did earlier last night, and I was able to I was able to mute him, but I was able to mute them, but I was able to still listen to Cosme and to Justified, to the episodes they did. So yeah, sometimes that'll work, and other times I just have to watch the Cosme and then come back to the to his StreamYard, to the YouTube stream. So to go back and forth.
yeah, no, I can't. No, it doesn't work if I'm in Streamyard, but it works if I'm on YouTube while I'm on Cosme. Then I can at least be in the side chat there, you know.
Same
But
same
yeah,
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
same thing here. Yeah. So, oh, and by the way, one last thing I wanted to mention before I let you hit the rest of it here, and we can talk about anything you want. On Thursday, well, I hope this isn't self promotion, but on Thursday, April 4th, Netters Network, who also does Last Call with Troy Pacelli, her husband, Netters Network does Needy Things on Thursdays, Thursday Things. And she's going to do an interview with me for my channel to promote it, the Mikey Sus 4 channel. So I should be there. My wife will be there to chime in, say hello, Suzanne, and everything. So, yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So that's set up for Thursday, April 4th. She'll have the time set up already by the time we do it. So, yeah, hit that notifications, you guys, so you can catch our stream. That should be fun. I've never been interviewed before, and especially on a YouTube channel. So I like that. I like the fact that there's a channel out there for everyone that can promote other channels. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that format, just kind of having the open interview format. I actually want to do that with, well, I mean, that was kind of the original idea with this channel, but I've had a couple people recently. I've had like, pretty lengthy conversations with those people in open rooms like this, but I've never actually interviewed them to kind of get to know like those, like basic kind of things about a person, a channel, whatever it is they're espousing or promoting. You know what I mean? Like before you get into kind of all of this mix and match kind of stuff, because it seems like you can start to learn a lot about a person's ideas without really knowing the person, like it could, because people can have a lot of kind of different ideas. Sometimes they seem like they're conflicting, but you don't really know like who the person is at their core, what their primary values are.
Oh, of course. You know what I like the most though is going back to my roots. I really feel like even though I was born in the mid '60s, 1965, but I feel like when I go into the '70s and '80s, that for me was like the golden age of television. I know some other people like to say it was like before that, but for me, those 2 decades were definitely my favorite decades. I grew up with such great shows on television, and even once in a while I got to watch British comedies, on late night TV. They used to have what they call a public broadcasting station in our area when I lived back in Arizona, back in the United States there, and we watched Space 1999 and Red Dwarf and Monty Python's Flying Circus, Benny Hill, you name it, Thunderbirds, all of the wonderful BBC shows, Faulty Towers, Ab Fab, which is absolutely fabulous. Yeah, just a lot of funny stuff, and I had a buddy of mine. Well, unfortunately, I have to say he's kind of gone now. But I had a buddy of mine who used to run the board. They called it the board back there at the channel we watched together. We'd watch all these BBC stuff. We were both on campus. Uh, I was attending. We were attending Arizona State University at the time there in Tempe, Arizona, and so Channel 8, which was their local public broadcasting station, would have all these late night British TV stuff that they would ship in. And I would go there after I got homework and everything else done. I go there and party with my friend, and we'd be like watching all these shows, laughing our asses off. Yeah, it's great stuff. It was great times, man. It really was.
It's funny. Like I'm a little bit behind you there. So like, as far as like when I was growing up, I remember we still had so I would watch I would watch reruns of The Wonder Years and Doogie Howser MD. Those were big when I was a kid. So I'd be able to watch those, and then late at night would have like Welcome Back, Kotter and Rhoda and stuff like that. So I was always watching shows like that. But in the '90s, technology was just advancing quickly. So it's like we went straight from having cable to having satellite. So
Oh yeah.
I remember it was like my friends were like fighting to get into the like rated R movies in the theaters or something like that, and I'd be like, oh, we're Direct TV or something like that is coming out now, so we can just get it in a month and order it for like $3.99 or whatever it was. So, but we had some like crazy shows like in the '90s. Like one of them was like Ren and Stimpy was on like daytime television on Nickelodeon, which is like now it's like they put it on the adult channels and stuff like that. But when I was a kid, they would play that when I would get home from school, and man, that stuff really like kind of warps your brain, man. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Well, if I remember, let me see if I can remember. If I can do it. Let's see. Then, you idiot! What are you doing? You're acting stupid. Get over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
and they
god.
did like don't whiz on the electric fence. Don't whiz on the electric fence.
Yeah, that's it. Don't whiz on the electric fence. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just I would have been here earlier. I'm so sorry, my friend. I was over at Stark of Iron's channel, and he just got through a 3-hour stream. I was just in the chat talking to people. Saw anti-derivative Jill there, and then Teague, and everybody that was Canadian Spider-Man. He lives in my area, so he's a Canadian. I like to
He
think
sounds
I'm
very
yeah.
No, I didn't even know if I was going to open up the room or anything. I had some stuff on my mind, and I haven't been going to my meetings lately. So maybe if I go back to some meetings or whatever. But I've just been sharing a lot, trying to get some of this stuff out there. But I was talking to this guy earlier, and it was making me think about a few things. So I decided to put this stream up. Also, like now, if I go to my YouTube channel, which I do occasionally, to see how my content is faring or whatever and what it looks like. And then it will show like recommended videos from my history that will be from like the last 8 months to 1 year or somewhere in there. And then I'll go and look at a little bit of those and go, So now I can kind of introspect on whatever I was saying publicly on the channel and kind of look back on it and reflect on like where I'm at now versus where I was at then. And, a lot of the same issues you're still dealing with, it takes more than a year sometimes to work yourself out of a funk in life or something, like it's like what they say about addiction, it took me X amount of years to get here. So I can't really expect that much progress in this short amount of time, right? Like it's incremental.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I was going to say, I almost forgot before I came on. I was going to say to this one guy, yeah, please be careful, dude, because you're saying you're on the road. So, Yeah, be careful. Because Jill, I don't know if you knew this, but Jill got, we heard from her earlier that she got into a car accident. And the person that hit her was apparently asleep at the wheel. And she got hurt. She got like bruised and something. So to Jill, I say, I hope you feel better and hope you get better so that you know, she's lucky. She said she's lucky she survived. So I was like, yeah, well, thank God you did. Jeez.
I
She's
didn't know
like
that.
a big part of our community.
Anti-derivative.
Yeah, anti-derivative Jill. Yeah. Yeah, she got into a car accident. Yeah, apparently. Yeah, I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
even.
dude.
That was
Yeah.
kind of last minute. Yeah. Oh, hey, yeah, you're welcome, this one guy. Yeah, we want to make sure you're all right. We don't want you falling asleep at the wheel if you're on the road. You know.
Oh yeah, Togg's a professional. We know Tog.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Now, you know what? It's funny. My parents, when they used to take us kids,
I'm sorry, you cut
yeah,
out there. Or maybe I just missed the end of your sentence.
to visit my. I'm old enough to drive. Uh, yeah. I became old enough to
That's
drive. My
just
my dad
me.
and I never read
Your
the
your microphone
152,
may have gone full robot for like the last, I don't know, several seconds.
which they call the anyway, you just go straight up the 101. Yeah, yeah, and then you just it's going into the city, going up to the back way, the south end. Believe me, it's easier than if you cross over from Oakland and because I've done both ways. But it's easier than crossing over the Bay Bridge and then going into the city itself. I found it easier to come up through the 101, but yeah. And then you get to cross the beautiful Golden Gate Bridge. It's so
Yeah, it
beautiful.
depends. Like PHP. Speaking of which, they're doing my lot. Yeah, like right now they have traffic. I'm sorry, construction on both bridges, so they're going back and forth. So it's like it depends on what your route is and what time of day. Because they're trying to do construction both on the Golden Gate and the Richmond San Rafael Bridge at the same time. The Bay Bridge, not so much. They don't shut it down as much. It's just the morning time speed is always fucking. So.
Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I think that Richmond, the Richmond bridge you're talking about, right? The Dumbarton Bridge, I guess they call that, or something like that. It's
No,
a
Dunbarton's another bridge. Yeah, no, Richmond San Rafael's
Richmond San Rafael's a separate thing. Okay, yeah, right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went through the Suzanne and I, we drove when we drove up to the city, we stayed just outside of Mill Valley at a Holiday Inn Express, and we this was a few years ago. Wow, it's been about 7 years ago. Jesus, okay. Long time ago. Yeah, but I mean, we stayed in Mill Valley at a Holiday Inn Express, and we had our cats with us at the time. So, they got to stay in the hotel room for free. And when we left them there, we went and toured the city, and I tried to show my wife where everything was. And crossing the Golden Gate Bridge at night is gorgeous. I had always remembered as a kid looking at it from a distance when you'd have the fog, like just when you have the fog, just hit it just right, like early in the morning, and you have the lights on, and it just lights up the whole bridge. It is the most gorgeous thing in the world. Um, and when Gorilla talks about uh what's going on now with the poop situation, I call it. I'm like, dude, it's really not what the city's about. The city is completely beautiful in its own right in many ways, and the people are so diverse. I mean, it's you know, uh, I live here in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada, like I said, with my wife Suzanne, and many times there's fog that comes off the lake here that we live nearby Lake Ontario, and it just reminds me of those moments back there in you know watching the bridges and how they're lit up, there in the Bay Area, and it's just beautiful. And here you get the same kind of fog, and it's so wonderful because you see all the lights in the fog and everything. So yeah, there's a lot of reminders. The only difference is that I'm near a lake, but before I lived near the ocean. So yeah, lots of great memories.
We just missed it. This baby fox almost just came right up to me, and then a truck came through, so he ran off down the road. That he was looking at me like he was gonna come and let me pet him. I probably should not let this fox pet me, but yeah, I'm right here, so you
Oh,
can
of course.
keep that. But
You said he was a baby fox, right?
that was- he almost came back out. I just scared him off. So we see him.
Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, there's the bridge. Oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful. Oh, I miss home. I only lived there for 6 years of my life, and then I had to move to Arizona because, well, I think I told you the story. Unfortunately, I suffered pneumonia and I almost died. And my parents said, "Oh, we got to get him out of this cold area, man. Yeah, we got to get him out of this fog and everything." And I said, "Well, I guess we'll move down to Arizona. That's where my brother-in-law is." Because my dad's sister got married to him down there in Arizona. So that's where we decided to move. I just remember I couldn't stop crying. Here I am. I'm not kidding. I'm not even 6 years old, and we're driving down there in the middle of summer, which in Arizona usually is June, and it's 1971, and I'm just bawling my eyes out the whole way. It takes it's anywhere from 16 to 17 hours to drive from Scottsdale, Arizona to San Francisco, California, and back. Uh, well, 16 hours each way. About 16 hours, yeah. So 32 hours round trip. Yeah, it's covers a whole day. That's crazy.
Sounds
Yeah.
about right. Yeah, I used to freak out, taking a 3 hour tour. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot for 3. Wait, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna have to take 2 days for this one. Yeah.
I was blessed. Yeah, I was blessed. I was with my parents. Uh, he's good
Well,
people. I like Christian Carpenter. He's a big supporter of not only Trusty Apes channel but mine as well. And good to see you, sir. Really is.
Christian Carpenter is everywhere at all times. He's like an
Uh,
omnipresent, omnipotent
good. This
being.
one
You got to
guy's
be
still
careful.
there. uh, Oh yeah, I was also gonna say that. Yeah, thank you for allowing me on. I was gonna tell you that. My wife being a minister, Universal Life minister, and Brother Jay Aldridge is also a minister of his church. And I did ask them. I said, "Well, I know that I'm making a Lenten sacrifice. This is like 40. This is like the 15th day of 46 days, and I gotta wait." Um, but I said, even though I'm not doing my own streaming or webcam during that time, if I am asked politely by others to join theirs, I don't mind. But would that be breaking the Lenten promise? And they said, "Oh no." They said it creates kind of a loophole because technically you're not doing your own stuff. You're just joining other people's panels or you're just talking in the chat, but you're not doing your own stuff. That would be the one that would break your promise to the Lord. So I said, "Oh," and I mean because
I
um
challenge that because talking to the chat is your own stuff, right? Like engaging with an audience, that's an independent action, right? Like that's not like just
oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah, it's independent. But I'll just say, but it would come from my own stream. That's what I'm saying. I made sure that I didn't want to do my own streams. I didn't want to do my own webcams. Just individual and do it that way. But I figured that as long as I'm not breaking any rules, and also we're trying to give up chocolate too during this period, so that's hard enough for us. Um, but yeah, I just as long as I figured that I'm not violating what I sworn that I would keep, and according to my wife and Jay, I'm not. So I'm just like, okay, it's and um because I know that our brother Gorilla made a fuss about it, and think yeah, Raquel SSG 2211, Moira. I think they didn't make so much of a big to do about it, but I had to let them know. I said, it's all about it's all about the just knowing that I am keeping to what I promised, and because I'm also while I'm having this time off from doing my own stuff, I'm also putting together the streams we're going to be doing.
So do you feel like are you being chastised for
You
your choice to inaction?
after the fact, you know,
Maybe I've lost something here.
yeah. Christian Carpenter says he had to give up chocolate. Yes, sir. It is almost impossible. My wife has seen like a chocolate cake for the last couple days that is supposed to be offered for Easter, but I told her like, look, no, don't. Yeah, look away, look away, girl.
So do you feel you have been chastised by people for this choice of observance though? Like is that
um, that's a good question, Kevin. I no, actually, I don't feel like I've been chastised. I feel like it's like I said, it's a loophole. I think that most people, when they make these Lenten promises, that's what I just call them as a Lenten promise. When they make a Lenten promise like this, they have to know that every once in a while they're going to falter, and that's not a bad thing. Because every once in a while you're like, we know you can't keep this up for 40 something days. Eventually you're going to feel bad and feel like you're you know selling people short if you're not advertising. But you know what, I'll be really proud if we do manage to avoid the chocolate issue. At least that. That yeah. Fast food and takeout. Well, yeah, that's you can't help that. This one guy. Yeah.
Just like moderation, though, right? Like not complete abstinence, maybe, but some moderation. Make it
Yeah.
reasonable.
Oh yeah. Oh, of course. Well, as I stated before, Suzanne and I unfortunately were type 2 diabetics, both of us. So, with chocolate, it's a big deal. Uh, I think, though, yeah, every once in a great while, uh, in moderation, if we falter, we're not going to say, God hates us and, that we failed. No, we didn't fail. We just, you know, we're not perfect. We're not perfect. Every once in a while, we'll probably have a chocolate bar and go, oh, yeah, there we go. But hey, what's important is that the thought is there and that you want to be able to, say that you made the commitment, at least that you committed to it, and you shouldn't feel bad if you falter anytime. So yeah, and then this one guy, right?
Do you feel like degenerate?
I don't feel like a degenerate. No, no, this one guy feels that way. No, I don't feel like a degenerate. I just feel that I made a mistake, but it's not like God's going to hit me with a, bolt of lightning or some crazy thing, and say, "Oh, you failed. That's it. You're done. So just go back and enjoy your life." No, I don't feel that way. No, it's. I guess the best way to describe it without going into too much religious jargon is that it's an understanding between your maker and yourself. And if you got that understanding place there, that really means the most because it's you know where you're coming from, and you know what your purpose is, and if you do make a mistake or a slip, it's not the end of the world. So that's the way I feel about it, and Suzanne feels the same way. So oh, okay,
I don't
because
know.
you betrayed your own
Sense
trust.
about
Okay.
this. Right, because it's like you are the one making the promise to yourself. You're not letting down another person necessarily, right? And it's like
Right.
I tried being a vegetarian for like 2 years. Like I ended up going back to meat, but I did do a vegetarian diet for almost 2 years, right? But it's like
Yeah.
I didn't promise someone else that I would be vegetarian. I did it for my own sake, and I succeeded for a period of time, right? And the only person who I let down was myself. So what am I supposed to punish myself for breaking a promise to myself, right?
No,
Like
no,
that doesn't make
no.
any kind of sense.
Yeah, no, you don't have to. You don't have to disappoint. When you disappoint yourself, you know that you haven't disappointed others because they still support you. They still care about you, and they they give you that extra incentive. Sure, you don't disappoint yourself again. They just tell you, go with it and good luck with it, and don't feel so bad. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. Don't feel so badly that you make a mistake every once in a while. Suzanne, had already made uh she had done something they say is that which and you know one time we made a mistake on a Friday. We had meat. It wasn't fish. It wasn't anything else. We just had a thing of meat. And we just realized we didn't even look at the calendar. We didn't even pay attention. So we made a mistake there, but yeah, it's not like you know, it's not like we criticized each other and said, "Oh, we're going to be in trouble now." No, that happens a lot. Actually, it happens a lot more than you think. Not just the Catholics, but the Jewish people that go through it, Kwanzaa people that go through it, even some Baptists, that want to follow a regimen and want to give up and sacrifice certain things. They make
Do you think
mistakes too.
you like, reconcile all faiths? Do you think like all faiths are true?
Yeah, I like to think so. I like to think they all have a belief in uh you know in their respective uh maker, because I believe that all faiths, their makers all become one anyway. It's it just makes sense to me. I mean, I've talked to a lot. I really don't want to go into this too much, but okay. Um, with I've talked to a lot of priests in my lifetime. I've known some good ones. I've known some great ones, but they're all been good. Um, and a priest is basically, a priest is like a bartender, except that he's in a big, you know, gothic type style setting. You don't have a table between you. You have a confessional if you want, or you could just sit next to the person and talk to them in a pew. It doesn't matter. They always have time for you. Um, but what's important is that you're able to express to this person, to the priest, you're able to express to them your true feelings and how your desires go. Whereas with a bartender, well, it's a little more public, so you really want to keep, uh, you want to be guarded. I guess that's the best word to say. You want to be more guarded and reserved. But with a priest, it's like you feel like you've got, you know, all the freedom to, talk to this person, and because it is, if you do realize that a priest is only a messenger, and goes to God Himself, um, in that way, then you're like, well, in effect, you're just saying, I'm just, you know, going through this, person, and then it's being relayed to him. So yeah, it's fine. No, it's totally great. I I haven't gone to confessionals as much as I should, and I know I should, but you know what? I'm comfortable with that. I'm fine with that. I'm fine. That's what faith does. It makes you
Do you
comfortable. It makes you feel better.
do you not think that in the case of the priest, though, it's like going to a therapist? Like you're really accounting, like you're counting on anonymity, hopefully, right, from a priest. Like with a therapist, at least they're like professionally obligated to
Uh huh.
anonymity. I don't know about the priesthood as far as that, because I mean, I think they would be sworn to secrecy, but there's no
Oh,
legal repercussions if they break that oath, right? Like as far as like what it would a counselor would face.
excuse me. Yeah. Anybody. Well, as anyone knows, um, when it comes to therapists, and I've been to one. I've gone to a few. When it comes to therapists, I feel like I feel like I don't know if this is the case with most of them, but I do know with some. I feel like they prejudge you already. They've already made it up in their minds after they hear the first 10 minutes of your life, and basically what you're telling them is, they want you to start from the beginning. So when you start telling them about the first 10 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes, basically of your life story, and then they have already made an assumption in their mind, prejudgment, that they know what's best for you, and whether it's medicinal or, uh, you know, whatever the case, however the therapy is supposed to be done, medicinally or mentally or spiritually or what, it feels like they've already made that prejudgment. Where it comes with a priest, the priest is just a listener. That's really it. The priest is listening, and they're just offering whatever advice they want to give, and they're not even prejudging you. They're not even doing that at all. They don't. and I think it's great because you can tell someone, you can tell a priest how you feel, how you feel, and they just want to make sure that you're comfortable, uh, you know, following God and your belief system. They want you to feel comfortable. They want you to know that they are there to support you. Um, they will always think of you, and they've got you in their prayers. Oh, that means the world to me. My parents are that way. They're Carmelite ministers. They listen. There's a big difference. We all know this between listening and hearing. Well, my parents are listeners, and they have great advice. And thank God they're still alive. I love my parents, and so does Suzanne. And uh, my father made a really funny joke. He said, "Well, all this time, Michael, you wanted to be a priest, but then when God's mysterious ways kicked in, He ended up you being married to a minister, to a priest." It's like, so instead of becoming one, I married one. Yeah, so that was funny. I thought, yeah, Dad, you're right. I just, yeah, God's humor happening again. Yeah, it's funny how that works out. Let's see. Oh yes, this one guy says, "Anywho, back to driving." Yeah, yeah. If you shrug it off, then there's no accountability. Sure, I get that. But I like to think that other people have belief systems in place that even the ones they consider agnostic or atheist, no, they still have a belief system of their own in place. I'm respectful of that. I won't criticize anyone else's beliefs. I never have. I never will. So that's what they believe in. You know, as
Yeah,
long
I
as
mean, I prefer the thinking of questioning rather than criticizing. Always questioning why should I believe this thing or something like that. Like
sure,
that's kind of the angle I tend to lean towards rather but question everything. Not just question this one thing. It just happens to be that like certain beliefs are predominant in our culture, right? Like Judeo-Christian beliefs are predominant in the culture that you and I come from, and so that kind
absolutely.
of tends to be the thing that you lean in towards.
Yeah, I get questioned about. I seem like every day when uh whenever I go out or whatever with Suzanne, and once in a while some person will come up to me and say, "Well, what do you believe in?" And I say, "Well, I tell you what I believe in. I respect what you believe in, but I just don't want you to force it on me. That's all I'm asking. It's just you can present your view and I'll present mine, and we'll go from there. And if it leads to a better conversation, wonderful. If it just leads to agree to disagree, well, then that's fine too. It's better. It's like you just said, question everything. That's my motto. That's what I tell people from now on. When you're out there, I even tell the young the young people. There's a teacher. My One of my sisters also teaches, and they they want their students, and they want to have that individual to be able to expand their mind, to be more open. They can do that without drugs. Anybody can. It's very possible, believe me. Um, just based on experience myself. But yeah, so what it comes down to is that, um, like I said, what my brother and my sister preach to their students is that if you have ideas, like if you have a if you're open enough to suggestions and how you'd like to improve, not just follow stats in a book, but if you'd like to find a way of improving your learning experience, please, by all means, offer suggestions, turn in ideas, whatever you have. Oh my gosh, he's in Chi-Town? Sweet. That's pretty at the moment. That's cool, this one guy. Yeah, Chi-Town. I remember seeing St. Louis, the Arch, from a distance when I was driving across the country with my wife uh, from Canada to go visit my parents there in Arizona, and we crossed we passed the St. Louis Arch. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful in St. Louis, Missouri. There, yeah. I wish I could go
I've
visit
never-
it someday.
Yeah. I would love
Have
to
you-
see that sometime. Never been through there, no, at all.
Oh, it's beautiful. It really is, Kevin. It really is. Oh, I gotta ask you, have you been to the Natural History Museum there? It's near Nob Hill, but it's like it's at the top of one of the hills up there. When we were there,
Probably. Yeah.
yeah, it has the thinker right at, Rodin's the thinker right out in front. I've been there before. It's a beautiful museum. Oh hey, Ape and Ape. I see you here twice. Oh, there you are. I thought somebody else was called Ape and came in.
There's only
That's
one
so
ape here.
cool.
I wanted to see if
There
this.
is only one Ape. Yeah, I can
Worked
hear you
out better.
really well now. Yeah, I can hear you really well now. It sounded like you were kind of echoing earlier, but yeah, you sound great now.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, so St. Louis Arch, beautiful from a distance. Love seeing that. I can cross that off my bucket list at least. We crossed the Mississippi River. That was beautiful. Uh, I got to take her through New Mexico, see Albuquerque. I wish I could have taken her to Taos. That would have been nice. Taos has some wonderful uh, Native American jewelry shops, places like that. Amethyst. Oh my gosh, so much good stuff there, and some Navajo jewelry and stuff. Yeah, beautiful. Uh,
That's excellent.
yeah, yeah, good stuff. Yeah, yeah, there was a place we drove up to after we left the Bay Area. We drove up further in, because we were headed back to Canada to move here permanently. And we went up through this one town in California called Paradise. It was a beautiful senior, style living town. It was wonderful. And we drove through there, very peaceful place. And then a year later, the place burned down. I mean, the whole town just, wildfire just, went gone. It was there and then gone. And then they just recently rebuilt the town uh, within this last year or so. Oh, hey, Tantric Tog.
Hey guys,
How you doing?
tired but good.
Oh, good. Uh-oh. We just lost Kev. Oh, there's Kev. Here it comes.
I'm back.
He's back. So, what's up there, Tantric?
Oh, not much. Like I said, I just got to the account that I'm cleaning, so taking care of it.
Oh,
Figured
cool.
I'd come in.
Yeah. This one guy says St. Louis is cool. Yes, it is, actually. I would like said I would have loved
Same
y'all
Yeah,
guy. The same.
of
it's like
That's him.
yeah, it's like 4 hours away, so it's not too far. It's very pretty.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually 3,000, almost 3,600 miles from where we live right now to where my parents live down there in Arizona in Scottsdale. Yeah, about
That's
3,000
not that bad,
miles.
actually.
Yeah, yeah. It's not
That's like a
bad.
that's a day drive. Definitely, that's doable.
Well, we wanted to do it in well, I was hoping to do it in 7 days, and I was able to do it in 5 days. So I actually cut 2 days off the tour, off the travel. It was nice though.
Yeah, I'm happy. I just got my car back from the shop because I smashed. I had just gotten my car,
And
right?
then
I
when we
just
came back, he covered it
oh
back in 5 days.
oh he's roboting or am I roboting?
Yeah. Good. Okay. No, I heard what you were saying, dog. That was confusing. That was,
Oh, I
hello.
hope I wasn't confused. Yeah, I'm here. Tantric?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
sorry.
there you go. Yeah,
It was like a
no
I don't know if there's a lag or not, or if it's just me.
worries, man.
I blame the
No
California
worries.
weather.
Trying to talk over, and I said, no, no, that's not going to work. I just kept dropping out. So I said, no, no, yeah, it's tough. Like I say, we live in a building here in Scarborough Southwest.
I
That's
hate
officially the name of the suburb. Yeah, we're outside of Toronto. So we live in what they call a satellite zone, which has satellites on top of the building, satellite wires, things like that. But when you have snowstorms and rainstorms, and I mean, we even had our power go out earlier. Uh, yeah, it's tough. It's tough to stay online. We're lucky because we have Wi-Fi, but see, a lot of these stream, companies like StreamYard, Restream, they're not they're not too friendly to Wi-Fi connections. Plus, it doesn't help my computer is a used computer, so yeah, all we can afford, on a limited budget.
we were talking about this earlier today that any car that you buy new, the moment you buy it, it's automatically a used car. Not like
Yes,
you never get anything new. It's never new the
no,
moment you get it because then it's used automatically. And it's like I don't like that.
well,
But
yeah,
then, and
it's
then
it's
it's you. The worst part about that, it's like then you're the one using it, right? So it's like it has you use, and it's like no, I break the things I have. No.
wait. Yeah, my sister was like, I have two sisters, and one lives in L.A. area, near Long Beach, and she had to get a car, and then she realized it wasn't going to be the right one because she has a son, and the son was still young, so she needed an appropriate seat, a kind of child proof, that uh, my nephew could sit in. And so she took the car back and they said, well, you've only had it for a couple days, but because you had it for a couple days after you bought it, it now is depreciated and now you're only going to get so much back in trade with another car, that was better. And I thought, well, that's ridiculous. But I mean, it's the way it's the way of an auto dealer is they will immediately consider, like, even if you take it off. This is the craziest thing. If you wanted to buy it outright, but you felt like, okay, maybe I'll just rent it for a couple days, drive it around, see, kick the tires, you know, uh, kick the tires and light the fires, baby. No, I couldn't resist. So,
That was good.
yeah, thank you. So, yeah, so anyway, I did this once with one vehicle. I rented it for a couple days because I needed transportation to be able to get around because I was working, and stuff. And I had it, and then I was like, uh, okay, if I don't take this, uh, and I buy this other thing, then what? And they said, well, yeah, but then if you do that, you're going to have to maybe pay a little bit more for the next vehicle you're going to have. I think I upgraded myself at the time. I went from a regular, sport vehicle to a one of those Ford F-150s, those big trucks, that, you
Yeah.
can get through all the, yeah. So yeah, I felt bad because I had to pay a little bit more, but I was like, yeah, but I got a better vehicle out of the deal. So,
That's
but that's
weird.
what
Over
happened.
here, and like
Yeah,
I don't know if it's only to our state, but we have like the whole 30-day buyback. Even if it's a new or used car, if there's anything wrong with your car that you do not like, if and you want to go give it back, you have like 7 days from the lot, and then like 30 days in total from the buyer, like buyer's remorse or something like that. I would have
sure.
done that with my Kia and probably upgraded it, but it's since it was in the shop, it's been past my like return date, so I'm kind of just stuck with it now because it was stuck in the shop. So I'm like, damn. It's a decent car
Yeah,
though. It's like a Sorento. The only bad thing is it gets a lot of theft. So yeah.
yeah. Well, at the time that I did my trade, I was still back in Arizona, and they had this, they had this. I don't know if you call it a loophole or not, but they had this thing in a normal auto contract that you are given a 7-day grace period. And I guess in that time frame, if you're not satisfied with what you want to get something else, they'll still put a depreciation in place, but it won't be so astronomical that you can't afford the next vehicle that you want, which may be the very vehicle that you need. So, so I went ahead and, told them, hey, okay, I'm going to take this car that I need right now for 7 days. I actually only used it for like four, I think it was. Yeah, 4 days. And then I came back and I said, okay, I'd like to have
I feel bad for
this truck, please.
the rental I just got because I just gave it back today. I think, yeah,
And
today.
and that's what
And like when I went to go give it back, the mileage I put like I think 10 grand in miles because I work all the time. And I felt bad for because it was like at 20
yes,
grand something, like it was brand new car. It was a Ford Explorer Limited, and it was brand new 2022, and it only had like 19,000 miles when I had it, and now it's like at 3,000. I'm like, that's insane. I drove it that long, just me. Like they're probably gonna try to sell it now because it's at its 3,000 range, and they usually don't like to keep them that long, the rental company. So it's probably gonna get scrapped or resold.
that's crazy. Yeah, but I mean, it was necessary, right? Yeah, but you needed that. Kevin, how do you? I think you told me before, but remind me how you get to your place there. that you guard.
Wait, I'm sorry. My transportation?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I own a Ford Mustang. It's it needs work,
Oh,
but you know it
nice.
runs.
Hey, at
Yeah.
least it runs. Yeah.
I drive
Um.
fast. You know,
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, but when they had the construction, you were telling me when they had the construction on the bridges, right? They only limit it to one lane because they are 4 lane bridges, right, on either side.
no, it's so yeah, there's 4 lanes, so they usually shut down 2 of the 4, and then they'll alternate which bridge they're shutting down. So if one is shut down, usually you can go the alternate route, right? But that means if you're coming from like my area, from the East Bay, over here
Yeah.
to the North Bay, that means you have to go through the city, which is unfortunate, right? Like if you can go through the North Bay and you know you're fine, but if you have to go through the city, it's hell, you know, no
Oh, it
matter
is.
what you do.
Yeah, it
So
is. Yeah, you have to sidetrack
yeah.
it. Yeah, it's very yes. It's terrible when my parents are both from the area. They're from the city originally, and they were telling me all sorts of horror stories about driving through the city itself. With all the traffic and everything. And I got to experience
I was
that
stuck
firsthand.
one night. I got I had to take an alternate route because the Richmond Bridge was shut down here. So I decided to take the alternate route through San Francisco. I was stuck in an alleyway in San Francisco, waiting in an alleyway for like almost 2 hours. It was ridiculous. It was crazy. I was just trying to get back onto the side street to get back onto the freeway. Like
Onto
it
the
was
freeway, yeah.
insane.
Yeah, the freeways are the access. I yeah, I ended up I was with someone at the time and I ended up coming into the city. Like I said, I came in from this was just like a couple years after the earthquake in back in '89, and I came in through the same way you just said, the East Bay over into, and I had to go into the city. And I swear I was getting near the Embarcadero, but I was going down one of those, one-way streets the wrong way. And I ended up in the California Department of Transportation's parking lot after I spun around, after I've seen all these cars ready to bear down on me and destroy me. And I was driving an AMC Concorde, a semi wagon at the time. So I did a quick turnaround and pulled into this parking lot. And next thing I know, I read the sign and it's the Department of Transportation. I'm surprised no cops got a hold of me then, because that was so stressful. I don't know how I survived that.
But you know, they say the best thing to do is just like pull off the side of the road. And in California, they don't even force it anymore. It's like if you're pulled off on the shoulder
But my parents
comfortably
always
with
warned me.
your hazard lights on, like they will not even mess with you. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. You might have cut out there. I thought you were done.
I hate
What is
traffic
up,
too. It's
Wildheart?
always
Good
the
to see you.
worst.
Everyone good. So,
Aw, kitten.
get it.
It's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you just like pull off on the side of the road. I've been stranded on the side of the California like I-80 for like probably at least 1 to 2 hours, and I had Caltrans pull off and give me a gallon of gas and follow me down the off ramp to the gas station. Like they are that charitable. Like they're like, okay, we'll make sure that you get to the gas station,
Wow.
like just to get you off the road rather than tow you.
At least.
That's good.
Yeah, I love Caltrans. One time I took, hey, Wild Heart Resurrected. How you doing?
Listen.
I'm starting to hum the Star Wars theme as I'm reading that from your shirt.
It's really annoying. Everyone thinks
Hey!
I'm doing Star Wars, and I'm not. My mum just bought me this top. Do you know what I mean? Whenever anyone sees me, they think I'm
I
a big
see.
Star Wars fan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's Kev. There's Kev's picture. Yeah, now these
I
are
take
this
that screenshot
is my
off
new
of that was from Silverwolf and I's chat last the other night, I believe. I was like, hey, look at this.
Oh cool, yeah.
Oh no, this is yeah.
Oh yeah, she loves us, but she knows we're old people and she's young and she's like, okay. I love you guys. Yeah, yeah, you know what? She's a friend of mine on Facebook too. Her real name. Shh. I can't say it. But Silver, yeah. But she's friends with me on Facebook too, and we talk every once in a while. She just kind of like lets me know what's happening. I'm like, okay, cool. And she's always worried about you, Kev. So I say, well, don't worry about Kevin. I got prayers for him. He's good. Don't worry. I always think about him.
Not me, no, I'm fine. I'm always fine.
I know.
Everything's fine here. We're all fine.
Yeah, I know. But you're my brother. I feel like connected to you because you live in the city by the bay, and I used to live there, and I connect with everybody that lives in that city. You know, it's despite what the gorilla called it. Yeah, I don't want to repeat that. But yeah, on my
Wildheart,
avatar,
your beard looks really, really good, man. Like, I'm just like, the color is just blowing my mind, bro.
yeah, Wildheart's got that going on. This is mine. This is mine right here. It's all coming white again.
He actually
I'm
just
trying
got
to
a fresh
make that all
kill.
come
That's
white.
why it's so red.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a silver beard makes you more like distinguished. I always like that. I can't let some man lose the silver. Silver fox, you know what I mean?
Right?
So
I don't think
Yeah.
because I have
So-
black hair,
so
that I'm gonna
Wildheart?
get like that silvery of hair. I think it's just gonna go straight to white. Because I'm getting like just straight white hairs, but I could just be like stress induced. I don't know.
Yeah, mine went straight to silver. I'm one of the few people in my family that is still gonna have hair when I get older. When I basically turn 80 in the next 20 years from now, which is what my dad turns this year, I'm gonna have more hair on my head than he's got between him and my brother combined. So I'm pretty
That's
proud of that.
That's evolution. That's how that works. Yeah, but I still both doing. I'm not supposed to if
It is.
well.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be at
A lot more.
a couple of meetings today. I've just phoned up, both of them are cancelled, so I've got a free day. I was supposed to be at Alcoholics, what's it called?
Anonymous.
No, abstinence.
Oh.
Alcoholics abstinence, and like a mental health one in the afternoon. I was just on my way out, and I phoned them up just to check, and they've both been cancelled, so.
Damn.
Is that just
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
UK program? I've never heard of that before.
I think so, yeah. I don't know if it's just local to me, like, because I've only heard of it at this particular place, so I don't know whether it's a thing or not, or just the one that they run in particular. Like.
Okay, so it's kind of
Yeah,
like
Wildheart,
smart.
we were just-
We have a smart, like,
Yeah, I've heard of that. That's possibly this. Yeah.
Yeah, Wildheart. We were just talking earlier about making sacrifices for Lent, and I already told Kevin what I gave up, and what my wife and I are both giving up for Lent time, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and I would think that abstinence would be the hardest possible thing to give up for Lent,
Yeah.
especially if you love your partner so much, you know.
I made a
Yeah.
joke about Lent, saying like how funny it would be. Someone was like, "I'm gonna give up my Christianity for Lent for 40 days."
Yeah.
40 days, it's not
Well,
fair. I'll give that.
46 days, but he's counting. We've only gone through
Yeah.
15. And then this is a leap year, right? We get that every 4 years. We get an extra
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
But that's really funny talk because you're using a Christian festival of Lent to give up Christianity.
Yeah, that'd be
Like,
hard.
if you're a Christian, you don't have to do
I,
that.
you know what I'd say to that? What I'd say to that is if you could avoid church maybe for those 46 days,
Oh yeah. That would.
that's hard enough. Yeah, I mean, not going to mass and no confessional, and you're just maybe in that way that's how you give up your Christianity. I don't know.
Ah, so you're a Catholic? One of those, yeah, heathens. No, I was Catholic as well.
Yeah, I'm a non-practicing Catholic as well, technically.
For sure. I mean, I'm just, you know, I was brought up this. I don't know. You know, anything you give up is hard enough. Yeah. Yeah, if you feel committed to it, then you got it going on. What kind of avatar do you have, Wild Heart?
I can show you.
What
You
kind of
might not like.
avatar do you have?
Some people
Well,
can't
let's see.
find it quite offensive. It's like a smiley face with blood and guts coming out of its mouth and brains, with like crossbones of it. You know, like skull and crossbones, but with a smiley face.
Whoa! Is that
It's just
a
off an album cover. Yeah,
okay.
it's just off an album cover. My favourite band is the Wildlets, which is where I got the name from. So,
All right,
it's
guys,
like,
I'm back on the road. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll be listening.
cheers, Tom. And congrats on the name as well. Tantric
It's
Tog.
got dark skies in his. It's got
Oh, they've all left us.
Did they leave? I had a big
Yeah.
truck coming in at high speeds. Mikey's back. Hello, Mikey. Welcome
I'm back. Hello, thank you. Oh boy. Oh. So, Wild Heart, are you in the UK?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What part?
Manchester, up north.
Oh, Manchester.
Manchester.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice. So, are you a big fan of the Red Devils?
Yes.
Manchester United?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
man, man.
Yeah.
All right, I found a fellow supporter of the Man U Red Devils. Yay!
That's it.
There you go. Yeah, we don't bother with lousy Liverpool or irritable Ipswich.
Yeah. 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 Don't get me started on Liverpool. Yeah, I have big problems with Liverpool.
Exactly. And what's this thing about Manchester City? Ah,
I know. Yeah.
go away.
Yeah. They bought the way to however many titles they got now. They just bought
Oh,
it.
that's
Not
great,
for
mate. That's wonderful. Yeah, I miss soccer. I really do. Uh, Back in the day, we used to have a park, and in the park there, they used to have a polo field. Can you believe that? Polo in America.
right. What
Yeah,
music soccer on it?
yeah. It's not there anymore. Yeah, no, they use it as a multi-purpose. They use it as a multi-purpose outdoor venue now for like concerts and stuff. If you're playing out there, this is back in Phoenix, Arizona. But at the time I was living there, they made it into a polo field, and they had all these uppity class people playing polo on horses and stuff.
Yeah, on
I was like,
yeah.
yeah, that was
Mm,
crazy. Yep, I saw that. I think I've
yeah.
only, I think I've only been to one soccer match, but that was like that was like my nephew or somebody else was playing. One of my cousins was playing soccer.
Yeah.
I'd love to go see an actual soccer match myself. We have soccer team here, Wild Heart in Canada, in
Oh,
Toronto,
oh, in
Toronto
Canada.
FC. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Toronto FC won their cup a couple years ago. Yeah,
Soccer's
yeah.
amazing. I love soccer.
Oh,
I feel
soccer is
like,
crazy.
yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like soccer is like almost like it's as brutal, if not more brutal, than hockey. Like really, those guys are like or rugby. Like those guys
Yeah.
are really aggressive.
The rugby guys are really insane. They're just big, huge ball, and you're tackling people. I mean, with no uh, helmets, no
Yeah.
protective gear,
Yeah. Yeah. Which is
scary
one of
people, man.
that's one of the many reasons that soccer is better than American football. Because you don't wear protection, you know what I mean? I know in American football they get hit, but there's no need for all that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like just play rugby as well. That's even more brutal than soccer. I don't like the sport, but it's yeah.
But it's like football. The only thing you have is the tackle. Like you can't do anything else. Like soccer, you can like kick people. Like you can get away with all kinds of stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Like in hockey or rugby, you have like the stick check. Like you don't have that in football. Like you can throw an elbow, but that's about it. You know what I mean? Like
Well, now let me ask Wild Heart. Okay, Wild Heart. Be honest. Who plays
Yeah.
rugby? Who plays rugby harder? Would it be the Aussies, the Kiwis, or the Brits?
I'm not sure. I think I know who's better, but I don't know whether I think it's the Kiwis.
The Kiwis do.
Yeah, yeah. I think they're also better at it, but I think
Don't
they play harder as well.
they play nasty? But they play it. Yeah, they play it more nasty. I thought. Yeah. Okay. That answers my question. I like didn't know that before.
Yeah, the English team is very like fair to a point. You know what I mean? They do what they have to, but they're not overly nasty. And mind you, I don't think the Kiwis are. I think they're just built that way. Do you know what I mean? They're just stockier and kind of harder than
And
all the rest of them.
now, do you guys think if we had the ability to respawn a person, do you think it would be like more entertaining if we had like full contact death sports, to where like you like sever your opponent's head and then they could just like sew it back on real quick and be like, you think that would be like lucrative?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it'd be entertaining. And if ultimately no harm came from it, yeah, I can't see a problem with that. Like say if you could fix them directly after you kill them, I think that'd be okay. Yeah, and it'd be cool.
so so what was the so what did you say, Wild Heart? What was the mileage between Manchester and Newcastle?
Manchester and Newcastle. I'm guessing this is a rough guess. I'm guessing about 50 mile.
About 50 miles. Okay. Now
Yeah.
the reason I asked is because my favorite musician of all time is Sting from the Police, and he
Oh
grew up in
yeah,
Newcastle. Yeah.
Jordan. Yeah.
I actually met him once up here in Toronto. He was doing a play, and it was The Last Ship. He was doing The Last Ship here in Toronto, and he's walking
Yeah.
down the street, and my wife spotted him. Then I spotted him. He's a tall bloke. He really is big. He's I'm only like 5'7". My wife's like 5'4", and this guy is like really tall. Um, we waved to him. Yeah, we waved to him, but he looked like he was, busy. He was off doing something. But my wife said, "Well, we could cross the streets and go talk to him." I said, "No, you know what? I waved to him. He waved back, and I was happy with that. Because I didn't want to bug him. No, I didn't want to be a bugger. I didn't want to. I didn't want
Oh,
to,
I thought it meant
interrupt
because
him.
it was all. Yeah.
Well, he just,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
he basically just did this, and he
yeah,
said like that, and I was like, oh, cool. Hey,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
happy with that. So yeah.
So, I wouldn't have guessed. He doesn't come across. I've always thought his Stinger's quite short, but obviously not. But it's
When
difficult, like in videos and that. But yeah.
Well, you know what? It's funny because I grew up with the Police in the early '80s, obviously, and at the time, I told people, I said, I like this group called the Police. They said, well, who are these guys? I said, well, you remember the Beatles, don't you? The Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, all these other groups that came before them, the Kings. I mean, like all these groups. And they said, yeah. I said, well, the Police are part of that second British invasion.
Yeah.
And I got
Yeah.
to see them in Phoenix twice, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. One time was their Synchronicity tour in '83 and '84, and then they did their reunion tour in 2007, 2008, and I went to see them again. So, yeah. Plus, I've seen Sting perform solo also about 7 other times. So, yeah, great stuff. Yeah.
Actually, the Wildats, the band I stole my name off, they're also from Newcastle as well. They're like a
Oh, very
Newcastle
cool.
band from the 90s.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. Yeah, he's to me, Sting is the ultimate musical genius. He
Yeah.
can do anything. He can play any genre, any musical genre, anything, and make it seem important, and make it seem relevant. That's the best part. I guess that's the best way I can describe Sting's music, in my opinion. It's how important it is.
Yeah. I do
He
like.
does. He has
Is it?
very relevant lyricism, and there was a documentary I saw with him not long ago on Netflix about psychedelics, and he's like very insightful about like using psychedelics too. Like he's well spoken, like
Yeah.
as a lyricist and as a public speaker.
Yeah, he somebody had told me, or one thing I found out about him at one time was that uh, he had never done the only genre he never dealt with was polka. And somebody asked him, "Well, do you ever feel like doing a polka song?" And he says, "Well, my representatives have talked to Weird Al because Weird Al Yankovic, obviously, with an accordion and, he does parody songs and stuff." And he says, "Well, I talked to him before, but, my representative talked to his people, but we just can't find an agreement on what type of song to do, what type of folk song or any of that kind." So as far as I know, that's the only genre he's ever done. But he's done everything else. I mean, heck, he called it Free Opera, which didn't last long. But I
Well,
mean, he
if he
actually
needs a good polka track, he should work with Weird Al Yankovic. I mean, Weird Al is
well,
proficient in polka. He does amazing
Yeah.
stuff.
No, he is amazing, but that's the thing is that Sting's people, well, for whatever, like I said, for whatever reason, I guess his people, their people, whatever, can't.
Oh, sorry, Mikey, you're breaking up a bit.
Run into him again, so I can ask.
Yeah, Mike, you might have a connection error.
All he'd have to do is use his bass violin.
Connection error. Okay, we
Yeah,
heard
so
you up
Mikey,
until, like, we lost you until bass violin. That was all I heard.
During the police and
I do like Englishman in New York. I think that's my favourite song. I think that was Sting on his own, wasn't it? An Englishman in New York. That's a great song.
yeah, that is a great song. I like that. Yeah, it's a whoa. I'm an alien. I'm an illegal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. I used to own all of his albums. Every solo album he put out, up until the last ship, and then I think that was the last album I was able to get. Um, after that, but I haven't been able to get like he did an album with Shaggy, and I wasn't able to get that. But yeah, but I do a lot of his albums. Uh, let's see. What you know? What it following his music like I have for all these years. I feel like it's been. Let's see. Yeah, it's been 46 years since I've been following his music. Uh, and I'm 59. I'm going to be 59 this year, so I like to think like almost my entire life following his music and his travels, and I like to think I'm kind of an expert sometimes. But some people look at me and go, Sting? I mean, Sting is, he's a has been. He doesn't know what he's doing. I'm like, well, then you don't know Sting, and you don't know his music, or what he does for the rainforest and charities and all that stuff.
Oh,
His philanthropic achievements. And he's a damn good actor. He's been in a few films I've seen. Dune. I mean, come on. He plays the best villain I've ever seen in my life, Fade Ralpha. Come on, 1984. That's his quintessential role for me. I've seen him in Quadrophenia, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, Brimstone and Triacle. I mean, this
oh
guy
yeah.
is great. He's done a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot he was in that. Yeah, that's a great film.
Yeah,
He's also is he the one that's into tantric sex as well?
Yes.
Talking about tantric talk. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna tell Tantric Tog before he left. He had Tantric, and there's the Bare Naked Ladies, who, by the way, from Canada. They did a song called "One Week," and like Harrison Ford, I'm frantic, like seeing I'm tantric. I am guaranteed to satisfy.
Yeah.
That's the line. And I was like, oh, yeah, Sting is tantric. That's right. He does tantric yoga.
I thought they were talking about the wrestler. See, I wasn't sure if they were talking about the wrestler or the musician there.
Oh, you mean in that song? No, they're talking about Sting. They're talking about Sting being tantric because he does tantric yoga for 6 hours. And he achieves he's been able without getting too pornographic on here, he's been able to satisfy his wife Trudy Styler for up to 6 hours. at one time.
You do remember? You remember the WCW wrestler Sting with the scorpion
Yes.
makeup though? Yeah, it was like
Yes,
he was like
I
the
do.
Crow with Brandon Lee. Pretty much the same
Yeah.
makeup gig. Yeah.
Yeah, I met a female wrestler. I was working in at the time. I was working in Lawton, Oklahoma, at a Super 8 motel. I was working overnights, and I met some of these female wrestlers that were familiar with some of the other guys. And I said, "Do you know Sting the wrestler?" And they said, "Yeah, but we actually like the singer better." I was like, "Oh, that's cute. Okay." Hey, yeah. But yes, I know about Sting the wrestler. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those
So
Friday
you want
night
to?
fights. Yeah, Sting's a good fighter, man.
So you want to? What's going on? Have you got any plans for today?
I'm sorry, I heard what? I missed the
Have you got
last
any plans
portion.
for today? Yeah, no, I was just asking what's going on. What's happening? Have you got any plans or anything for today?
Oh yeah, well, you know me, I'm just here living life, loving it as much as I can.
Cool.
I might go back to rehab tomorrow. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I haven't made any rash decisions yet, but I'm thinking about it, considering my options.
Do you have to pay for that in the US? I know it's very expensive over here, like £4,000 or something.
Yeah. Well, usually you do. I have it's covered by my insurance plan, and so I have a set number of days that I can go back for kind of extended care, based on what I've already done, right? Like, so I don't have to pay anything additional. So that's already covered. I'm just trying to coordinate that around my life schedule here and everything I've got going on. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
But
that's pretty much where I'm at
they
right
say, yeah, but they say that you have a good recovery, right, Kevin? You're doing well.
Yeah, I had a pretty good run. I've had, major setbacks. Well, I don't know. I don't know how major they are, like, compared to other people. I don't want to try and compare myself to other people, but for my path, I was like, oh no, this, really threw me off track. And so, like, how am I going to get back to whatever, goals I've been working on here? Like, part of which was to, like, get back into individual therapy, right? Because this seems to be like an ongoing issue where it'd be like, oh, if I'm talking to you guys about, like moving all my stuff out to this, strange house, this person I've known, just over a month, you'd probably be like, hey, you probably shouldn't do that, right? But I didn't talk to you guys about it, and I did that, right? So now all my stuff's over in this person's garage. I've got to go get a moving truck. Like, I'm in this really complicated situation that I really shouldn't even be in, right? Because I just wasn't talking to the right people.
Yeah.
It's difficult. Yeah, it's difficult to be in that kind of situation, Kevin. Being between places to live.
But see, I don't like listening to good advice. I like giving good advice. I like being the guy who gives good advice, but I don't listen to it myself, I won't.
Yeah.
I won't be hearing that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not today.
Yeah. Yeah. You know the
I
best
know.
thing for everyone else, but not necessarily yourself. Yeah, absolutely.
So like now I'm like in this position right now where I just have to deal with the consequences of the shit I already did, right? Which is kind of where I started out from. I was like, okay, now I'm just like, okay, picking up the pieces from this, picking up the pieces from that. It's like, at what point do you actually proceed on and start building up? Because I was talking about earlier, like it's just like throwing bricks down this infinite well that will never be filled up. So you can actually start like making a foundation to build upward from here.
Yeah.
And like that's where like how long is it going to take to actually like fill this freaking void to make something out of life or something like that. And the only thing I find is like for myself is like being in service to other people. Like if I'm not in service to other people, then I don't know what I'm doing with myself. I have no clue what this dude is trying to achieve, right? Like there's the goal is it's all self-preservation, self-satisfaction, right? Like philosophically, ideologically, like however you break it down.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I'm saying like, because you're not necessarily interested in looking after yourself. I think the best thing you can do, if that's the situation, is to like look after other people and try to make other people happy. If you don't think you can do what you need to do to make yourself happy, then just in the meantime, while you get that sorted, kind of look after other people and try to make other people happy. Yeah.
Yeah, and if
But
you
see, I
think.
can't.
Oh,
Oh,
go ahead, Ken. Well, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that when you pick up when you pick up the pieces, in a way, just consider it as like you're just gonna do a restart, right? But then you learn, but you've learned from your previous mistakes, and then so you're gonna say, okay, well then I can restart this, but now I know what I need to do and what I shouldn't do. You know, which led you into the situation in the first place. So you can avoid that now. You know, that's what you get from learning. That's that's why I'm open to any kind of experience myself every day because I want to learn. I want to be taught. Uh, you know,
Yeah, that's a good way
Yeah,
to look at
and
it.
like additionally, like you should always be learning something every day, as well
every single
as
day.
being
Yeah.
like being able to also kind of like disseminate information out, right? Like I should be taking in this new information every day. I've got maybe two pieces of information, and that was kind of like that was kind of my goal, like going into that. So yeah, that whole idea of like trying to be beneficial to other people, like you really have to like take that with a grain of salt, right? Because if you take it too seriously and like oh, I didn't have the effect that I thought I should on that other person. Oh well, then maybe that says something negative about me as a person, right? And it's like no,
Yeah.
like at least you tried,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. It shouldn't make you feel like you were a negative influence, really, of any kind. I think like we said, it's a learning experience, but it should never be taken in a negative connotation about your self worth or about your self esteem.
Yeah, you can only control what you do. Do you know what I mean? If you try and help someone and they don't necessarily take the help in the way you meant it, that's not on you. Do you know what I mean? Some people just kind of aren't in the right space to be helped themselves.
Yeah, that's a good point, Wildheart. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Yeah, it's important. It's important to know that. Well, take the line from the song. You can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure you guys know, in case you didn't read
The garden party.
the title of the stream,
Ricky Nelson.
I am not gay. Okay? I just want to make that emphatically clear. I love gay people. I'm friends with a lot of gay people. But I myself, I'm not gay. But I have been mistaken for a gay person. I have been accused of being a gay. On more
Well,
than one
that's
occasion.
happened to me before.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Not
same
that
here. Well, how? Okay, let me ask you guys this, and then I gotta get going because Suzanne and I we want to go eat a big a meal.
Uh-oh. We went sideways here again, I think.
So I gotta try to get.
I heard we were gonna eat something squirrely here. We heard you were gonna eat something.
Better to ask. Yeah, that no, we're gonna go eat something later on, but I mean I had to get some sleep before we go. So right before I do that, I was gonna ask you guys,
Delicious.
have you ever? No, is it better to be told by a straight woman that they think you're gay, or is it better to be told by a lesbian or any of the other LGBTQ plus people that they think you're gay?
I prefer being told by a gay man. I
Yeah.
think a gay man saying they think you're gay, I'm like, okay, that's all right. But when it's like a straight woman who you're attracted to, you're like, yeah. Oh, like that hurt. That one hurt.
Yeah, yeah. Is that the same way for you, Wildheart? Is that the same way?
Yeah,
you
pretty
gotta
much.
be asked by yeah.
Yeah, because you can take it as a compliment if it's from a gay man. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's like a compliment. But yeah, if a straight woman thinks you're gay, then you got problems. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah,
the gay men. Sorry, yeah,
yeah,
the gay
no,
men
no,
wouldn't.
no.
The gay men wouldn't know what they were talking about as well, so they might have
Sure.
a better insight on. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. The reason I asked the question was because I've actually been experienced being asked by a straight and a gay man that they thought I was gay, and I didn't know how to react to either gentleman. I was like, well, I don't know. To the gay man, I said, and this was while I was going to college, and to the gay man, I said, well, I know enough about you. The fact that I have a slim figure like my mother. you know, I had to ask her, I had to ask him, that's what I had to tell the guy. But, when you have one of your friends sits in a bar, he's a straight guy and he tells you he thinks you're gay, how do you respond to that? I really didn't have an answer for him. I said, come on, you know me better than that. I'm not a gay man. you know, I mean, I told the same thing to, I have lesbian friends and I have, straight women that, that I knew. And, same way, I didn't know how to react, just how it was.
I think like with straight men as well, I think a lot of it might be banter. You know, like straight men in a group on their own will call each other gay, even though they know they're not. It's just like, you know, joking about it and that. Just trying to like wind them up and that. So yeah, I wouldn't take that like too seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it being like a big issue, like dating in high school. Like, I remember girls that I was trying to go out with telling me, "Oh, I thought you were gay." Like, for reasons unbeknownst to me, right? And like, so that comes out, and I was like, okay, well, that's not true. And then, but then there's like, yeah, there's like my buddies, you know, who we used to go over and drink with. Like, I clearly remember we took a photograph of a guy dropping his balls on another guy's face while he was passed out drunk, because you know this guy was like macho man, you know, and putting the F word on there, like it was just one of those things, you know. So it was like, okay, but that's not gay, you know, to teabagging your friend when he's passed out drunk and taking a photograph of that, not gay at all.
Oh man, yeah, it's difficult. I told a friend of mine once. That this was before I met Suzanne, and we were at the time we were just dating. It was a long distance relationship, and they thought I was actually with someone who might have been, you know, other than, straight. And I said, no, Suzanne is as straight as I am, and she's as a loving person as I am. And I got very lucky. I with Suzanne, I hit the jackpot. That's how I feel. So yeah, it's great. It's great relationship, and we've been together all told now 14 years. March 1st will be yeah, 14 years we've been together.
I think a lot of it with straight men as well, like they misunderstand like compassion and just being a nice person. Do you know what I
When
mean?
we first met.
Also,
But anyway, Wild Heart, I will Trusty Ape, my brother, I hope you guys have, continue to have great lives, and God bless you there in Manchester, my new friend Wild Heart.
yeah, cheers, Mikey. Nice to meet you. Good to see you.
Oh, very nice to meet you.
Thank
by
you,
the
thank
way,
you for coming, Mikey. Really appreciate your presence, man.
well, thank you, Kev. I just wanted to say that Wild Heart reminds me of Phil Collins.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, yeah. Drum roll, please. I can feel it coming in. Yep, exactly. That's amazing. I love it.
I can see you behind the drum set. Come on.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun,
I just wanted to say, no, but that it's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
You
There you go. Yeah, I played drums. I played drums for a few bands myself. I loved it. All the percussion instruments I could play. Yeah, even the cowbell. More cowbell.
Yeah,
I should listen to songs that use the cowbell. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Well, yeah.
All right, guys, take care.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
Cheerio. Have a good one, Kev. We'll see you.
So I'm here tonight to remind people that I'm not gay. I love gay people. If you're gay, I love you, right? As you know, I'm fine with your sexuality. Like, that's fine with me. I'm just because I had two people recently, at least two people, maybe even more. I don't know. Like, I had this one guy I was in group, and it came out that I had children, and he was like, "Oh, you're straight? I mean, you have kids?" And then I had another person, and this was a gay man, mind you, who said this. And then I had another person that was like, "Oh, well, I told this other person that you went to gay group with me, but then I was like, oh, well, you have kids," and they were like, "You're not gay." And I was like, What is this stereotype now that says that people who have kids are automatically not gay, right? Because I have biological children, I must not be gay, right? That's the assumption here.
Yeah, no, that's been going on for a long time. Yeah, a lot of gay people have had kids. That doesn't make you not gay. Yeah.
Definitely not. I mean, I find it fucking offensive, really.
Yeah.
But then there was the other side of this where it's like, oh, if you're not gay, then I don't know if we can like maintain this friendship. Like, oh, I didn't know that this friendship was contingent on my sexuality or my preference at this particular point in time. That's offensive too.
Wow, that's
like, how are you gonna discriminate because I'm
I've never
not
heard of that.
100% queer.
That is weird. I've never heard of that. Yeah, we can't be friends because you're not gay. Yeah, I've never
You're not
heard
gay
that.
enough. You're not gay enough.
You're
like,
not gay
if
enough.
you were like 110% flamer, we'd be good. But right now, you're just not gay enough for me. I'm sorry. That was a weird way to, come off on that one. I mean, like, you're talking about people. No, what were you gonna say?
No, I actually take it the other way. Like, if people think I'm gay, I actually like play up, even though I'm not. Like, I actually play up to it and try to convince them that I'm gay. You know what I mean? It's because I don't mind whether people think I'm gay or not. It doesn't matter to me. So yeah, I actually spent like 2 or 3 days like on YouTube just being as gay as I could. Do you know what I mean? Just acting as gay as I could, just for fun, just for shits and giggles.
It kind of pissed me off because this person sends me this text message telling me, "Oh, well, this person went to gay group with me." I'm like, technically, you went to my gay group. Like, I went to gay group, the LGBTQ plus group. I went to that group for like 3 weeks prior to you even arriving, and then you showed up. And we hung out together and like, cool. And now you're telling other people that I went to your gay group with you. I was like, that was my gay group. Like, I was like co-host of that gay group. Like, that was mine. You know what I mean? Like, and like, you're not even gay. Like, fuck you. Like, are you serious? Like, this is the type of fucking shit I respect this person. I really do. I respect this person a lot, but I was like, is this really the fucking text message I'm receiving on this particular? So it's been like almost a week now. I'm struggling not to respond to all this gibberish, right? And yet here I am. I mean, I'm responding to it on some level, but like directly to the individual who leveled the accusation. It was like, oh well, I never would have been your friend in the first place if I hadn't known you weren't a flamer. I was like, we were in the fucking group together, and I told you that I was pansexual. What the fuck? Have you looked up, like, definitions lately? Do you know what that means, right? Like, yeah, I'm like the first person in the world to admit I'm a fucking pervert, right? Which is why I need to go to these SLAA meetings, Like, I'm a pervert. I want to fuck everything that moves and even things that don't move. As long as they have a wet crevasse, I might be trying to get up in that.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So I was discussing with my friend lately, this whole issue of how like I get into this argument with this one person, and then I transfer that negative energy onto this other situation, and now here I am just kind of flailing about in the wind. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? I don't know. Because one person made me mad, I blamed it on another person, and then I basically went out and punished myself, right? Like, for all these situations that are out of my control in the universe, I'm going to go out and punish myself for it, right? And that's the cycle of the disease that is like addiction, you know?
Yeah. And it's really difficult because I'm kind of the same, and like rationally, that it doesn't make sense. But it doesn't stop you doing the things that you do. Do you know what I mean? You can understand why other people's opinions and other people's thoughts you have no control over. But like you say, you still end up like punishing yourself for them, which makes no sense whatsoever. But it doesn't stop you doing the same actions. Yeah, it's weird.
But I did at least come to like a point earlier today when I was talking to my friend where I was like, okay, my headspace at least now is not what it was 6 months ago, right? Where I would be inclined to like, whatever, do something that I'm not going to talk about on a stream, right? Something bad, right? I'm not going to do that. And like the worst case scenario is I end up in hospital. Like, okay. That's worst case scenario for me right now. So, I mean, that's kind of a better place to be in than whatever else I might have been experiencing. What's up, Tog? Welcome back.
Not much, just got home.
Oh, what happened to Tantric Dog? I like Tantric Dog.
Oh, that's I forgot that's on my tongue. Yeah. What were you guys talking about? I stepped away to listen to some music on the road.
Just about like being gay or not being gay, but people thinking you're gay.
Or bisexual?
Oh, bisexual, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm fine with people thinking I'm bisexual. I'm just not okay with people assuming that I'm gay. Or assuming that I'm not gay because I have kids, because that's offensive as well. But go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know whether Tom, you remember. I think I went through like 2 or 3 days on my streams of like pretending to be as gay as I could. You know
Maybe,
what I mean?
yeah.
Just because I don't care whether people think I'm gay or not. So yeah, I just did that for fun.
For fun, he says. Hear that? He likes to be gay for fun. Only when it's fun will he be gay.
Damn you, talk.
That's pretty much all I heard, is that when I'm gay, it's fun. I mean, look at you. You can't deny it. You're like, yep, you got me. Boys want to have fun too.
Happy, joyous, and free. I mean, but have you ever had somebody accuse you of being gay? Like, not accuse you of being gay, but like say, oh, I thought you were gay, but they had no reason to actually assume that you were gay?
I don't know. I
They
think
just
some
looked at
people
you
just
and
have
thought,
have
oh,
a
that's
look.
a gay.
Some people have a look and a sound of gay to them. Like it's just, but even with that, that's usually taken as like guys look effeminate, or they sound effeminate. So most likely they just like for
Okay,
me.
have you ever been
growing
told
up,
that by a woman that you were attracted to, though?
not that I was attracted to, no, but I've been told that by a woman that she thought I was gay, and she was surprised to find out that I wasn't. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gay.
But you weren't attracted to her. Okay.
No, she was like someone else's woman. That's why. But yeah, there was no like interest in it. Either way. She wasn't my type either way. So yeah, she thought I was. I'm like, all right, yeah, that's cool. It's not that, but like for me, like I grew up in a small Midwestern town, so like whenever there was a kid that had like a valley voice, you know, like oh my god, like that kid was gay automatically. He didn't even matter if he was or wasn't. Everyone thought he was gay. Even girls who were friends with him thought he was gay. It was messed up, and I think he actually was. I can't remember if he actually was or wasn't. If it was something that was like, again, he had to hide because it was high school, and God forbid you're gay in a small town or some shit like that.
Yeah. I know when I was working, a lot of my work colleagues probably thought I was gay. But I think straight men, like we were saying before, I think straight men aren't the best at working out who's gay or not. Like, I have mental problems like depression and anxiety. So I was like, and possibly autism. So I act kind of weird like all the time. And
Isn't that
I
more
think
emotional than it is mental?
Sorry?
Isn't that more emotional than mental?
Yeah.
I don't know about depression. I don't know. I never thought of depression like as a mental state. I guess you could always like have negative thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah. But because I would kind of act weird.
Sorry about that.
Not even. Yeah, like straight men would like misperceive that as me being gay somehow. But I don't think that, like we were saying before, I think gay men are better off telling who is gay, like in another male, than straight men. Straight men don't have a clue, I don't think.
I don't know. We'd have to find a gay man and ask him to be like, can you spot your own kind? That's so offensive, right? Like, oh yeah, that guy is straight, that guy is gay. Like, well, how do you know? Is it the way we walk? Is it something like that? Is there a smell, right?
That's where the gaydar comes in. I think that's the thing.
Yeah, Corey Eye for the straight guy. There we go. Remember that show? I don't know. That was like a fashion show, I think. And now look, it made more bisexual men. See, that's what that show did. No, fashion is evil. Originally, that's actually how it's written, isn't it? Fashion, makeup, beauty standards, or
wow, sorry about that.
Fuck the police.
That sounds just as bad as Chicago Heights. Legit.
They're coming to take me away again.
It's funny
All of a
because
sudden,
I'm
there's a
right
pounding on the
across the way from Bridge Patrol, so I can hear them when they're pulling somebody off the bridge. They'll have the officer in the squad car signal to them, right? So they're flashing sirens and they're signaling, and then as they come to the end of the bridge, they have the guy at the gate also shout out on the loudspeaker, like, pull off to the right, and you can hear it. It's like for miles, like it's crazy. I think it's hilarious.
I wonder if they like say something like "bridge is closed" and the person's like, "Oh, well, the bridge is closed. Can't jump today." Damn it!
No, they're usually speeders.
Oh, speeders like
They're
that?
usually
Okay.
speeders, yeah, because it'd be like, it's like a 45-mile-an-hour zone, and then there's supposed to be construction, but there's nothing going on. So people come through there doing 70 and stuff like that, and then they'll catch them.
I would have
usually
to.
come home from the bars. Yeah.
Is it like a long bridge or a short bridge?
Golden Gate's not too bad. It's about 3 miles, I think.
Oh shit! Oh shit! You can fucking. I'm dead. I don't think I can do. I have a bridge problem. Oh.
Highly populous, yeah.
All like Truman in the Truman Show. Yeah. You couldn't go over bridges.
Because yeah, bridges freak me out. I guess I just gotta get used to a bridge, I guess. But no, like I can try. There's a couple over here that are like really freaking long, and I always get anxiety.
Yeah, no, I'm so used to bridges as far as these ones go. Like, I've ridden my bike over the Richmond Bridge on multiple occasions. It like takes a little bit. The wind is a killer, but let's see if I were to go to Here's
Well, motorbike or pedal bike.
I think mine stems from like a childhood trauma / nightmare. It's been so long I can't remember if it was a trauma or a nightmare. Now, when you say bike, do you mean like pedal bike or motorcycle bike?
Yeah, no, just pedal bike.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's not even that far actually. Oh no, that's not. Okay, that's halfway. Okay, so yeah, it's like almost 2 miles. It's not even that far. It's like almost 2 miles.
That's quite a long way on a bike though, over a bridge. Yeah.
No, the other one's longer. This is the one I'm looking at now. The other one is like a little over 3 miles. This one's a little bit shorter. So.
All right, guys, I'm gonna pop off. My wife just brought us some food, and I guess she wants to watch a movie, so we're gonna watch a movie before we head to bed. Night, guys. Take care.
Cheers, up.
Excellent. Great talking to you, brother. Yeah, I'll probably kill this thing. I'll just cut it off. Leave it as it is. I don't have to defend my pansexuality to anybody. I'm just saying, I received this text. It was like, I'm just saying, look, if you got this text from, your friend who you went to, gay group with or whatever, and you're like, yeah, and then they were like, yeah, I just told them that you were a friend that I met who's super sweet and teaching me how to play guitar and went to gay group with me and was super supportive and tries to get me to go to meetings. And then I mentioned that you had kids, so they were like, no, he's not gay. And, I was like, whoa, man, that's, how can you, make that assumption?
Yeah.
Who would...
They're kind of wrong on both counts, you know what I mean? Just because you like to like a group doesn't mean you're gay, and just because you have kids doesn't mean you're not gay. So they're just kind of wrong on both counts.
Yeah, I'm not gay, but even if I was, I would be offended, And even if I'm not, it doesn't mean that I'm not super straight or something. I wouldn't fuck a guy, maybe under the right circumstances, maybe the right guy, the right place, the right time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at the end of the day, all you can do is be honest. You know what I mean? Just tell people actually, what your preferences are, and then, if they don't believe you after that, I don't know why they wouldn't, but, you know what I mean? That's their problem after that. All you can do is be honest.
I don't see why would we have to be dealing with this type of stuff in this day and age? In our day and age, people, this person is younger than me. You'd think they would be super woke, they would know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They should know. They have TikTok. I don't even have TikTok, man.
Yeah.
Do you have TikTok?
I set up an account just for fun, but I never do anything with it at all. No. I was trying to be cool for 5 minutes and then thought, fuck it. It's not me.
Well, see, the thing is, I've always been I'm open-minded to whatever, I'll try anything once, almost anything once,
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't want to be judged for the thing. This son of a bitch. I don't want to be judged for being the thing that I'm not, you know what I mean? I want to be, at least hate me for who I am, man.
Yeah.
Alright, so I just want to show you this clip real quick from Togg's stream earlier. Okay, that was incorrect. That was not what I actually meant to display on the screen. Alright, well, I guess we'll have to come back to this. It seems like... Was that not it? I guess that wasn't it.
No, it was
I
like
really
a black
feel like it
screen
should have
with
been... Trying to show. Well, I'm just very frustrated at this particular point in time. Alright. Well, I guess that's just, you know, the way the cookie crumbled or whatnot.
Yeah.
Do you...
That's what it was.
What are you doing later on or today or something?
Like I say, I was supposed to be at those 2 meetings, so I've got a free day now. Because we're not running, so yeah, I came back home and yeah, I got my. I did want to say I do appreciate you running these streams. They're really good for me. You know, all the time. Like no one else is live at this time. You know, in the UK it's like 11 o'clock now, and all the Americans don't normally get up till like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, I really appreciate the streams. Yeah. Cheers.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons I came on, because I didn't see anybody else live, you know, other than like Praise or somebody. You know, those guys are fucking crazy. You don't want to hang out with those guys. So.
All right, cheers, man. Yeah, I'm gonna get something to eat. But thanks a lot, and hopefully see you soon.
All right. Good night, my friend. Or good morning, or good afternoon, whatever time it is there.
Yeah.
So Tog, fair warning, I do have a video recording from your stream, which I'm going to share. Damn it. I've just given away the punchline. Fuck. I don't know. See, this is why they all, you know, they make unfair assumptions about me. It's not. I mean, it is my fault, okay? I do it to myself, right? But the thing is, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I do what I do. I just do the things I do, and then I deal with the repercussions later. It doesn't matter, you know, why I titled this stream the way I did. Or, you know, that Young Cheeto is still... We've got to go check back in with Young Cheeto at this point. I mean, he's still streaming with his Tinder date. He has over 100 viewers. I just can't help but find out what the fuck's going on. No? Oh, no, he's off. Okay. It had a failure to refresh there. It looked for a moment like Young Cheeto was still on his Tinder date here, but now we know that the best we can get is the upcoming stream Entrances to the Inner Earth with Robert. And it says the Crucible is still live. The Crucible is not live. I can almost fucking guarantee it. I went over there when we started this stream because I was there before I ended this. You know what? I don't have to explain myself to you. I don't have to do this whole dialogue back and forth. I don't have to sit here and talk about why I do what I do or how I think what I think. It doesn't even matter. You know, I mean, at this point, you just catch yourself wondering, who cares? Who cares? What's it all about? What's this life for? And you say, well, me, I want a big lush lawn, some apple trees, a white picket fence, a house that has a porch attached to the front of it, Want to sit on the rocking chair, play my acoustic guitar on the front porch. My beautiful want to be come out through that door. Down through that door. Hallelujah. Bring me a nice slice of cherry pie. We'll probably start to get down on the rocking chair. Then we get down on the porch. Maybe a little bit on the front lawn before we take it inside the house. Damn, where did I leave my guitar? And I'm not good. I'm not gay. I'll send you that guitar track later.